Johnny Dollar.
This is Bert Larkin, International Casualty and Life.
Oh, hiya, Bert. How are you?
I'm afraid I have a bit of a problem, Dollar.
Yeah?
Yes, involving some $300,000.
Wow.
Will have to be distributed very shortly.
Oh, well, easy. Bert, just send me a check. Forget the whole thing.
You're testing, of course.
Oh, well, now, how could you say a thing like that? Well, what about this 300 G's? You expecting a policyholder to kick the bucket?
Exactly. Oh, though I wouldn't put it so crudely.
Oh, well, maybe expecting him to be knocked off, huh?
Oh, no. His name is Mr. William Makepeace Everly.
Yeah?
He lives out in the old Piney Woods section.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty well-to-do part of town.
Exactly. And Mr. Everly is quite wealthy.
Well, we'd have to have something to carry that big a policy.
Exactly. I've just learned from his doctor, Dr. Thatcher, that he has only a very short time to live.
Well, just what am I supposed to do about it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
All I know is that Mr. Everly wants you out to see him immediately. And beyond that,
Hey, Bert, there's something funny about this.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Dollar. But will you do it right away?
Sure, why not? But I wonder.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Get the really light refreshment.
Sociable.
This is where I talk, Kay. Get the really light refreshment. That's Pepsi-Cola, of course.
I just wanted to say be sociable, Charlie.
Of course, Kay. Be sociable. Have a Pepsi on the road or at home. It always refreshes without filling.
Charlie.
Pick up extra cartons now. Pepsi is so delicious it goes fast. That's why you should keep plenty of Pepsi on hand.
Oops. Maybe I'd better sing.
Be sure to say keep Pepsi handy.
Yes, Charlie. But the song says it sociably. Be sociable. Look smart. Keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair. Debonair. Be sociable. Have a Pepsi.
What Kay means is, get plenty of Pepsi next time you shop.
Well, yes.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the International Casualty and Life Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the harried heiress matter. Expense account item 1, $4.85 for a tank full of gas, and I drove to the Everly address at the edge of Piney Woods. It was a beautiful old place in a setting of tall oaks and sycamore trees that spread protectively over and around the rather large frame house, with its slate roof, its cupolas and dormers and broad porches. Even before going in, I knew the inside was filled with heavy, overstuffed furniture and velvet draperies, gilded mirrors, that it had a kind of musty smell, perhaps a trace of camphor, and the parlor closed off except for very special occasions. It was that kind of place. In answer to my knock, I was met at the door by a man who looked anything but on his last legs.
Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, that's right.
Good. Come in, please.
Ah, thanks. But are you Mr.
I'm Dr. Thatcher. I'm the one who called your insurance company.
Oh, I see.
At Mr. Everly's request. Or I should say at his insistence. Come along, please. He's in his bedroom upstairs.
Yeah, sure.
I'm afraid he has only a few days to live, Mr. Dollar. Early yesterday, I notified his stepson, Alfred Harker, but I haven't been able to locate his niece, Nancy Everly. And that is what has him upset. That's why he wants to see you.
Oh?
They're his only living relatives, by the way.
Well, just what does he want me to do?
Well, suppose I let him tell you. Oh, and although he realizes he hasn't long to live, he has no idea how short his time really is.
All right.
Please bear that in mind when you talk to him.
Yes, sure.
And above all, try not to excite him. Now, in here, please.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Mr. Everly, I have brought Mr. Johnny Dollar.
Oh, isn't that nice? Well, sit down here beside my bed, Mr. Dollar. Let me tell you why I've sent for you.
Yes, certainly, sir.
Well, young Thatcher here doesn't really know what he's talking about, but he seems to think I have only a few months to live.
A few months?
Of course, I don't believe him. Mr. Dollar, I'll probably end up outliving both of you youngsters.
That's the spirit. Well, I hope you do, sir.
But he's given me something to think about. My estate.
What about it, sir?
I've willed everything to my niece, Nancy. And my insurance automatically goes to her in the will. Or did you tell him that, Thatcher?
I thought it better if you did.
Yes. Well, Dollar, it's not only because she's been kind and loving over the years, but, well, she's had gumption enough to stand on her own feet, rather than depend on me for a living.
Where is Nancy, Mr. Everly?
I don't know.
Well,
But I want you to find her, Mr. Dollar, and bring her here so that I can see her before I... Well, now, I still don't believe this young sawbones, but I...
Yes, I think I understand, sir. And she is your only heir, your only living relative?
I told you, Doc.
My only heir. And I want to be sure. I want you to be sure it stays that way.
Well, I'll do everything I can.
I want nothing to go to my stepson, Alfred Harker.
I see.
Idle, worthless, sponging off me all these years, even forging my name to checks to get my money now and then.
That kind, huh?
Yes. And if he finds out I'm leaving everything to her, there isn't anything he wouldn't do to...
Please, take it easy, Mr. Everly.
I'm all right.
Well, of course, Nancy realizes this about Alfred, doesn't she?
No. And that's why you must find her. Bring her to me.
I'll certainly try, sir.
Yes, you must.
Please, Mr. Everly,
and
now
if
you...
anything happens to me, you must protect her from him. You must. You...
Dollar, quickly, hand me that hypo there on the tray.
Yeah, sure, Doc. Here you are.
I was afraid he might get too wrought up over this. Oh. There now. Just relax, Mr. Everly. Relax.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, now he'll sleep for a while. I was afraid he might get too excited.
Yeah. And it sure looks like I got my work cut out for me.
I'm afraid so.
At least this Alfred Harker doesn't know that his stepfather's money, his insurance...
I'm afraid he does, though.
What's that?
I didn't realize...
Realize what?
But when I called him and told him Mr. Everly was
You
dying...
told him Nancy is the only heir?
Yes, and I shouldn't have.
Have you any idea at all where I might start looking for Nancy?
No, Dollar, I'm afraid not.
But if you don't know and the old man doesn't know, how do I... Oh, great.
Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel.
Have a Camel cigarette.
Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel. Have a Camel cigarette. Best tobacco makes the best smoke.
Have a Camel cigarette.
Best tobacco makes the best smoke. Have a Camel cigarette.
If you're smoking more these days, but enjoying it less, change to Camels. The Camel blend of costly tobaccos has never been equaled for real smoking satisfaction. Have a real cigarette.
Have a Camel.
Start to really enjoy smoking again.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, look here, Doctor. If nobody knows where Nancy Everly is or how to find out where she
Dollar.
is... Yeah?
Mr. Everly's stepson, Alfred Harker, always kept close tabs on Nancy's
Oh,
whereabouts.
he would.
Well, what do you mean?
Sure, so that if anything happened to the old man, he could start sponging off of her. Now, look, it's
Yes?
important. Well, Mr. Everly said she doesn't know what a rotten character Al is.
That's true. Because of his sweetness and light attitude, Mr. Everly never told her.
Well, if he had, he wouldn't have to be so worried about what Alfred might try to do to her to get the estate.
Very true.
Unless I can get to Nancy first, she'll be a sitting duck for him.
If only I hadn't told Alfred he's not included in the
Well,
inheritance.
you didn't, that's that.
Yet, if Mr. Everly's will specifies that Nancy's to be the sole heir...
Oh, you never heard of a will being broken?
Well, yes.
Okay, where can I find Alfred?
Well, he lives in a rooming house on the other side of town. Yeah, I'll write the address down for you.
Yeah, do that.
And remember, Dollar, he's not only bad, but clever. So be careful. Here, remember that.
Sure.
You looking for that young Mr. Harker, mister?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, he ain't there. I'm the building super.
And where can I find him?
Don't ask me. All I know is he packed a couple of bags yesterday morning and left.
All right, look here. I'm a private investigator. My credentials.
Oh, say.
If you'll just let me get into Harker's apartment. Oh, here. Here, this 5-spot be of any use to you?
Oh, now, you know better than to ask that, young fella.
It was pretty obvious Al Harker had left in a hurry. The clothes he hadn't packed were strewn all over the place. But luck was with me. On a desk, I found an airline timetable. One of the flights to Los Angeles had a check mark beside it. More important, I found the address of Nancy Everly, an address in Philadelphia, PA. I drove to the airport and spent item 2, $12.55 on a plane to Philadelphia. Then item 3, $6.25 for a cab to Nancy's address. It was a neat little apartment in the section they call Upper Darby. But instead of finding Nancy there...
Why, no, Johnny Dollar. I'm Marianne Hooper.
Oh, yeah. Now, Miss Hooper...
But I know Nancy Everly from the office where we work together.
Where can I find her,
So
Mr.?
when she moved out of town, I agreed to take over the lease on this nice apartment. Won't you come in?
She moved out of town, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Oh, she was transferred. She was a copywriter, you know.
For whom? The name of the company you work for?
Hardin, Carmen, and Fisher.
Oh, yeah, the ad agency.
Mm-hmm. And they sent Nancy out to their Los Angeles office just a few weeks ago.
Then Alfred must have found that out.
Why don't you come in just a minute, Johnny? It's awful chilly out
Hey,
here.
listen, do you have her address in L.A.?
Well, no, but maybe at the office.
All right, okay, thanks. Thanks
Johnny,
very much.
has she done something wrong?
No, she hasn't.
What?
It was late, and I hadn't had any dinner, but I took a cab out to International Airport. That's another $6.25, and there, unfortunately, had plenty of time to eat before I could take the 1:30 a.m. plane for the West Coast. The meal is item 5, $3 even. Item 6, $161.60 plane fare to L.A. Item 7, another $6.25, taxi into the office of Hardin, Carmen, and Fisher, where I had to wait for the joint to open up. Then I talked to the receptionist.
No, Mr. Dollar, Nancy isn't here.
Oh,
As
then
a
I'll
matter
go out
of
and grab
fact,
some
she won't
breakfast.
Be in at all today.
Oh, when does she come in if you... What did you say?
I said she isn't coming in today.
Why not?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, then give me her address.
Yes, certainly. It's 1308 Pandora Avenue out in West Los Angeles.
Okay, thanks a lot. So Nancy was in L.A. Al Harker had come to L.A. And Al knew he'd get none of Mr. Everly's estate unless... Unless what? Oh, I hadn't the least idea. But I knew that he was clever, which meant there was no time to waste in getting hold of Nancy. Item 8, $3.50 for a cab to 1308 Pandora, and there from the landlord... Oh, believe me, this was the one I hadn't anticipated.
Oh, she lives here, all right, but she isn't here now.
Well,
she
do you have
left
any
on
idea?
a little trip a few hours ago.
Trip, did you say?
That's right. She and a real nice-looking young man.
Do you know his name, who he is?
No, I can't say that I do, but a real charming, nice-looking
Well, look, do you know where they went?
man. Oh, I sure do.
Well, where?
She said they were going over to Las Vegas.
Vegas?
And you know something? I think they're going over there to get married.
Ouch.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips. It's not polite to smack your lips, but you can't help it with Fritos, corn chips. Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
That's right, Fritos corn chips. So crisp and light, there's contentment in every munch. Serve them at outdoor parties, as a snack or with dips. Fritos corn chips are so good with cold drinks, everyone will want to munch a bunch. Fritos have a flavor no other kind of chip can match.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
Fritos are golden chips of corn just made to munch. Keep Fritos corn chips on hand for the perfect warm weather between meal treat. Tuck a bag in every lunch, picnic or otherwise. Serve them with sandwiches, salads, all summer meals. Fritos corn chips are full of good, crisp, refreshing flavor. Fritos, Fritos corn chips.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
Now, back to yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the harried heiress matter.
Expense account item 9, 70 cents for a phone call to Las Vegas, Nevada, to that well-known license bureau.
Johnny Dollar, the special investigator?
Yeah, that's right. Listen.
Well, sir, this is a real privilege talking to you this way.
Hey, listen, there's a young couple on the way over there to get married.
Happens all the time, Johnny.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Especially here.
Yeah, now listen. Their names are Nancy Everly and Alfred Harker.
You want me to arrange something special for them to help them on their way?
No. Somehow you've got to keep them from getting married.
Well, now, unless you've got some legal reason, Johnny, some kind of court order or something.
By the time I went through that, they could be married and gone.
Yes, I guess that's
So,
true.
look, you got to stall them. Somehow you got to keep that pair waiting.
Well, now, Johnny, I'd certainly like to do you the favor.
And do it.
But unless I got some legal cause. You see, it works like
Well, look,
this.
just you stall them off until I get there. I'll make it worth your while.
Now, Johnny, that sounds like bribery.
All right, call it anything you like. Just hold them up until I can get over there to Vegas.
But on what excuse, Johnny?
Anything you can think of, but do it. I'm on my way. Alfred Harker's plan to get hold of the Everly fortune was all too obvious. All he had to do was marry Nancy, and he'd have it automatically. Item 10, $7.50 for a fast taxi out to Lockheed Air Terminal in Burbank. And how come we didn't pick up a lot of tickets for speeding along the way? I'll never know. That driver really earned his tip. Item 11, $200 even for a charter flight to Las Vegas. And I knew the kids had had plenty of time to get there ahead of me. Item 12, $1 for a cab into the license bureau.
And I'm sure honored to meet you, Johnny.
Yeah, and you say they've already been here and gone, huh?
Now, I tried to stall them here just as long as I could.
Oh, yeah.
But after a while, I'm afraid it got to be kind of obvious.
Okay.
But I tried all right.
Okay, here. Here, thanks. This is for your trouble.
Now, Johnny, I wouldn't think of
Now, look,
taking
I'll
that,
double it if you can
not
tell me
from
where...
You see, I'm a real fan of that radio program of yours that... Where they went from here to get married?
Yes.
Johnny, in this town, huh? Yeah, well, they left here on foot, so it must have been somewheres in the neighborhood.
Okay.
So, would you like a list of the places around here where they can, commit matrimony?
Yeah, let me have it, will you? Item 13 is the 10 spot I accidentally left on the counter for him. Then I started checking every place in the area, every person who could seal the bonds of matrimony. Churches, marriage chapels, justices of the peace, even ordinary-looking private homes that were on the list. Hey, you know something? A lot of weddings take place in Vegas. I almost got thrown out of a couple I barged in on, and then finally...
Why these two
excuse me, folks.
In holy matrimony. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Excuse me, please.
Just wait, young man. I'll take care of your wedding in just a minute.
Yeah, well, look...
Let us finish the ceremony, please.
Yes, of course. Now, do you, Alfred Harker, take this woman...
No, he doesn't.
I beg your pardon, young man.
Yes, what is this?
Who's this man, Alfred?
Well, I'm sure I don't know.
All right, now listen to me, Nancy, and listen to me very
Who are
carefully.
you?
The only reason Al Harker is rushing you into this marriage is to get his hands on your money.
What?
My money?
That's right.
Now, look
But
here.
you're wrong, because I have no money. That is, not enough.
Well, maybe not now, Nancy, but you will have within the next few days when your uncle dies.
Uncle Bill is dying?
Ask Alfred here. He knows it.
What in the world makes you think a thing like that?
Because Dr. Thatcher told you he is, and told me that he told you. William Everly's dying, all right, and you know it.
Alfred, why didn't
quiet,
you...
darling. Just let me handle it.
And Al, you know something else that Nancy doesn't know. That Mr. Everly isn't leaving you 1 cent, that everything goes to her. So the quickest, surest way to get your hands on that estate is to marry her.
Now, look here.
Alfred, this isn't true, is it?
I can explain everything, Nancy.
Oh, I'm sure you could, Al. But you won't need to.
You just listen to me,
Now,
mister.
Nancy.
If what you say is true, why did Uncle Bill write to Alfred and beg him to marry me? That it's the one thing he's always hoped for.
Who told you that?
I saw the letter myself. Alfred showed it to me.
Oh, do you have that letter, Nancy?
Alfred?
Well, no, I threw it away.
Yeah, you would. So not to have any evidence lying around.
Evidence?
A forgery. Like the checks your darling Alfred forged over the years.
Alfred, no, that isn't true, is it, Alfred?
It's true, all right.
No.
Neither this man or anybody else is going to stop this wedding. Come here, Nancy.
Young man,
Now, look, pulling that gun is about the most foolish thing you could possibly do, Alfred.
Is it?
Alfred, listen.
No, Nancy. Now, let go of me.
Please, Alfred, listen to me.
Go, I say.
Just hang on to him, Nancy.
I'll kill you. Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nancy. Terribly sorry. Well, pulling his gun was a big mistake. Yeah, the people there in Vegas, the police, just don't go for that sort of thing. As for any charges the company may care to make against him, well, that's up to the legal department. The main thing is to keep him away from her permanently. Incidentally, I managed to get her home to see her uncle before he died. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, and for Nancy, too, of course, $76,425. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Hi, this is Dennis James with a longtime favorite. Yes, the longtime favorites are usually the best, aren't they? And one favorite folks have relied on over the years is Kellogg's All Brand. Since 1919, America's favorite natural laxative cereal. Kellogg's All Brand is the safe, gentle way to overcome irregularity caused by lack of bulk in your diet. It tastes good, too, and it never gets mushy in milk. There's only one All Brand, Kellogg's All Brand. So relieve constipation the way millions do with Kellogg's All Brand. ALL-BRAN. Yes, you're so right to stay regular with Kellogg's All Brand. Try it, okay? Okay.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Well, first, let me shout a word of welcome to the network, to station KFBK in Sacramento, California. Glad to have you with us. Next week, I'm called in to help a small company that's involved in the race to conquer outer space. And I'm sure you know there are plenty of people in this world who go to any lengths to put a crimp in this project. But in this case, the man behind all the trouble turns out to be a real surprise. The case I'll tell you about is called The Flask of Death Matter. And believe me, there's lots of excitement and suspense. So join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Gene Tatum, Lillian Fife, Marvin Miller, Russell Thorson, Bart Robinson, Forrest Lewis, Sam Edwards, and Harry Bartell. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking. Suspense follows on the CBS radio network.
You know, Dooley, I've been reading up on hypnosis. Come here and let me try it on you.
I'm an officer of the law and don't approve of making a man divulge his secrets. However, I'll stand by in case there's criminology involved.
I just want to clear up some of his problems, Officer Suds.
I haven't got any problems. I'm the soul of contentment.
Maybe that's your trouble. You're too contented. Lie down, Dooley. You're going to sleep. I feel so good. He's under my influence. Now, little tyke, get up. Go straight to the beer of your choice.
Astounding. He's heading for Utica Club. 'Cause Utica Club will still take the trouble to age beer the natural way. Utica Club, you see.
Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, the investigator?
That's right, insurance investigator.
Then you're the man I want, the man I need, immediately.
Well, it just happens I'm late for an appointment, Mr. What did you say your name is?
I didn't, but it's Lynch. Walter E. Lynch. And you must come out here right away, Mr. Dollar. Protect me.
Protect you?
Yes. I live over here in Manchester.
Manchester, Connecticut?
Yes, that's right. My address is 13421 Peachtree Lane.
13421
Now, can you come out here right away?
Well, I told you I have an appointment to keep.
And I hope it's a brief one. You'll come here as soon as you're through with it?
Well, that depends, Mr. Lynch. What seems to be the trouble?
Well, I thought I made it clear to you, Dollar. My life has been threatened.
Well, isn't that something for the police to handle?
The police?
After all, unless there's insurance involved.
Why, of course there is. My own.
Oh, what company, Mr. Lynch?
Company?
Yeah, that's right. Well?
Now, what is the matter with you? What difference does it make? If my life is in danger, I need your protection.
Okay. Who made this threat against your life, and why?
Oh, good heavens, man, do I have to go into that sort of detail on the telephone?
Well, unless I know what this is all about, and, look, you didn't answer my question, Mr. Lynch. Have you told the police about this?
Do you think I'd call on you if I had?
But if your life has been threatened, the thing
And I
to do...
tell you it has. What is the matter with you?
All right, then. Call in the police.
Now, you listen to me, Dollar.
Meantime, if I find any legitimate reason why I should make an investigation,
Don't you understand? I'm not asking for investigation. I'm asking for protection.
And I tell you, the people for
but
you
now,
to
look,
call...
you have my name, you have my address. Now, you get on over here.
But don't you see?
I
can't
shall be waiting for you.
Mr. Lynch. Okay, mister, go ahead and wait. Of all the crackpots. I wonder, though. Yeah?
Johnny?
Yeah, that's right.
Pat McCracken, Johnny, Universal Adjustment.
Oh, say, Pat, will you find out for me what company, if any, holds a policy on a Walter E. Lynch over in Manchester?
Sure, Johnny. But listen, I thought you were going to be here in my office at 10 o'clock sharp.
Pat, I'm sorry, but this
I need your signature on a deposition for that arson matter you covered last
I
week.
know.
And I've got to have it right away. See, one of our men will take it with him out to the coast on the 10:30 plane. And, Johnny, it's 8 minutes after right now.
Yeah, I see it is. Pat, I'll be there in 3 minutes flat.
Okay.
Meantime, look up that Walter Lynch for me, will you?
Okay, just get on over here.
Right.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Talk about best-selling records. Here's a familiar tune about America's best-selling filter cigarette, Winston. Winston gives you real flavor, full, rich tobacco flavor. And you know, that's because only Winston has filter blend up front. Choice, flavorful tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoking. No wonder Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should. Smoke Winston.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Eastern Trust and Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the hapless Ham matter. Expense account item 1, $1.20 plus another $1 for the cab driver who got me from my apartment to Universal Adjustment Bureau in record time. I barged in on Pat McCracken without being announced. Put my John Hancock on the deposition, after which he witnessed my signature.
All right, there we are. Now, here you are, Miss Delsey. Give these to Mr. Peterson and tell him happy plane trip.
Yes, sir, right away.
Oh, and see if Bartell has found any of that lynch information I asked him about.
There's been a lynching, Mr. McCracken?
No. Just do as I say. Now, go ahead.
But I thought I heard you... Yes, sir.
Hey, what is the worry on this man Lynch, Johnny?
Well, Pat, he sounded like a crackpot. He called me on the phone just before you did, said his life is being threatened.
Oh, another one of those things, huh?
Yeah.
Who was threatening him?
Oh, I don't know. He was a bit evasive about it, same as he was about naming his insurance company.
Well, I know I never heard of him. What did you tell him?
I told him to call the police, that unless there was some insurance angle that required investigation,
Right, exactly right. Although, of course, if Bartell does find something on him, if he is a client of one of the companies
it's still a police matter. Why call on me to play bodyguard?
Well, you know, Johnny, if you would have your telephone number unlisted, you'd save yourself a lot of these nuisance calls.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yes?
Here's a photostat of the lynch policy Mr. Martell said you asked him for.
Oh, then there is one. Thank you.
And I thought you were talking about some kind of a lynching somewhere, Mr. McCracken. Isn't that funny?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Delsey. That'll be all.
Well, I was only... Yes, sir.
Now, let's see, Johnny. Walter E. Lynch. Policy issued 1954, Eastern Trust and Insurance. Face value is...
Yeah, I see. 50,000 smackers.
Yes, a lot of money.
Let's see the name of the beneficiary.
Oh, well, a nephew, Fred Lynch, New York City address. I wonder, Johnny.
So do I. How well Freddie and his uncle get along.
Named him as beneficiary.
5 or 6 years ago, things can change, Pat.
There's one way to find out.
And with $50,000 to be paid out if anything does happen.
Yes. Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead and pay Mr. Walter Lynch a little visit.
At company expense?
Well, now,
Well?
Oh, sure, why not? I'll notify Eastern that we've assigned you to this, but that you'll send your expense account directly to them. Okay?
Okay. It was only about 13 miles from my place to Manchester, and I used my own car, but I saw no reason for not using the old expense account, so item 2 was $4.60 for a tank full of gas. The address Mr. Lynch had given me turned out to be in a rather nice residential section. The house was a small but attractive Cape Cod affair, surrounded by stately elm trees. And then I saw them, in the shade of the elms at the front of the place. A couple of police cars.
Just a minute there, mister.
Huh? Oh, hi, officer.
Who are you and what do you want around here?
Oh, my name is Dollar, Sergeant Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator. I came here to see Mr. Lynch.
Insurance investigator, huh? Any credentials? Better let me see them.
Oh, sure, you're okay. Here you are. Hey, what's happened around here?
Okay, Dollar. You boys act pretty fast, don't you?
What do you mean? Is Mr. Lynch in some kind of trouble?
I'd call it worse than trouble, Dollar. He's dead.
He's what?
That's right. Murdered.
Well, then I'd better get inside there and see what's what.
Yeah, Dollar. Sure, maybe you better.
Inside the Lynch home, the police medico and my own eyes confirmed what Sergeant Beakley had told me outside. Walter E. Lynch was dead, all right, and there was no question about his having been murdered.
As you can see, Mr. Dollar, the knife, obviously a long, very sharp one, plunged into his body here, directly back of the heart.
Yeah, Doctor, I see.
No doubt penetrated that organ. Death must have been virtually instantaneous. Yes.
Any sign of the murder weapon?
We haven't found any sign of it here in the house, Dollar. Conroy's out back looking for it. And for any footprints that might give us a clue.
That little rain we had last night ought to help in the footprints department.
Only it doesn't. Now, whoever did this must have come right in the front door. Hi, Dollar.
Hi, Conroy.
Sergeant, you want me to see what's holding up the boys from the lab?
Yeah, I'll give them a call.
Right, you are.
Meantime, Dollar, if you have any ideas...
No, wait a minute. Too late, I guess. What? Or any fingerprints on the telephone. Conroy's probably covered him up.
Probably covered up anyway.
Huh?
Well, it wasn't the killer who called us about this. It was the old character who lives next door, a man named Halsey. Right now, he's back home in his rocking chair at the corner window, muttering to himself, trying to recover from the shock. Maybe when he does recover, he'll be able to give us some help.
How did he find out about this?
Seems he came over here to talk to Mr. Lynch about his nephew.
Fred Lynch.
Nobody answered his knock. The front door was wide open, so he walked in here and found this. So he picked up the phone and... You, know about Fred Lynch?
I know he's beneficiary of his uncle's insurance.
Another good motive gone to waste.
What do you mean?
You don't know about 3 years ago when Freddie's mother died, left him a pile of money, only made the mistake of leaving it in charge of this one, this stiff we've got lying here?
What happened?
Well, this old crook finagled that young kid out of every cent of it, so that by the time Fred was 25, entitled to it. That was about 6 months ago. Why, Dollar, Freddie ended up with nothing.
His own nephew.
That surprise you, Dollar? It's because you don't live here in Manchester. Don't know anything about the Lynch family, what's left of them, which is only Freddie now.
What's that supposed to mean?
Not one of the Lynch tribe was any good. Ask me, the town will be glad to see this one out of the way.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, what'd they say, Conroy? Somebody on the way over?
Harker will be over as soon as he clears up a hit and run over on the east side.
Okay. Well, I guess there's nothing more we can do. Go see who it is.
Yes, sir.
You about finished, Doc?
Sergeant, this knife wound puzzles me greatly. Yes.
What do you mean, Doc?
Very unusual instrument. Very long, thin, with a two-edged blade. Yeah, both edges very sharp.
That's so?
Yeah, very unusual.
Sergeant, you said a neighbor, Mr. Halsey, found him here?
Yeah, did somebody speak my name?
Here's the man who was knocking on the door.
Oh, Mr. Halsey, come in.
I don't know that I want her, Sergeant. With that poor man laying there dead.
Mr. Halsey, this is Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator.
Eh? Insurance investigator?
Yeah, I understand you came over here to talk with Mr. Lynch about his nephew, Mr. Halsey.
Freddie. Why, that worthless young wastrel, that...
Why do you say that?
Well, because he never did a day of honest work in his life. The theater, that's all he cares about.
Theater?
In New York City, that pit of iniquity spends all his time with sinful people, actors, chorus girls, and the like.
I take it you don't have much use for people in show business.
Scum of the earth. That's what they are. That's all they are.
Yeah,
and
well...
he's one of them.
Now, Mr. Halsey,
and when I saw him here this morning...
What? He was here?
No doubt come to beg some money from his uncle.
Why didn't you tell me that, Mr. Halsey?
Of course his uncle cut him off from the money his mother left him. Wouldn't you have done the same?
Mr. Halsey, listen, will you...
Yes, well, wouldn't you?
Look here now.
An actor he is in that sinful city down there.
Wait a minute, you say that Freddie was here this morning?
Yeah, of course he was.
When?
That's why I finally made up my mind to come over here and talk to Walter about him.
What time was he here?
Well, from 9:30 to a few minutes of 10.
Doc, have you been able to fix the time of death?
Very, very close, Sergeant, yes. By the body temperature.
What time would you say, Doctor?
About 10 o'clock.
Mr. Halsey, are you sure it was a few minutes of 10 when Freddie left here?
Well, of course I am.
How sure?
I was sitting by the window listening to my radio like I always do.
Thought you didn't like anything about show business.
Radio is different.
Oh, thanks.
Freddie left his house just before the WDRC announcer gave the time as 10 a.m., and radio time is accurate time.
I see what you meant, Sergeant, about a motive going to waste where Freddie was concerned.
What are you talking about, Dollar? The doc says death was about 10 a.m.
I know.
So?
And Mr. Halsey, you're sure that Freddie didn't come back here after 10?
What's the difference?
Of course I am. These eyes of mine may be pretty old, but they never miss anything.
Well...
What's the difference, Johnny? Freddie's the one that killed him. Lord knows he's the one logical suspect.
No, Sergeant.
Doc says approximately 10. So, all right, it was a few minutes of before Freddie left here. So Freddie killed him. Now, look, everything ties up. Yeah, and the kind of a knot that's going to hang that boy.
No, Sergeant, I wish it was that easy.
Oh, of course it is. Motive, opportunity, everything. It all spells Freddie Lynch.
No.
Conroy put a tracer on him.
Right, Sergeant. Sergeant, I'm afraid you're wrong.
How can I be?
That is, if Mr. Halsey is sure of his times.
Of course I am. On the radio.
Okay, Dollar, why?
Because Walter E. Lynch was still alive after 10 o'clock.
What are you talking about? How do you know?
Because he'd called me on the phone. Because I myself was talking to him at exactly 8 minutes after 10.
We'll continue with Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in exactly 1 minute.
Here's Hollywood star Mona Freeman.
Who feels like acting with a miserable cold? I relieve cold distress the fast way, with 4-way cold tablets.
Yes, tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. Amazing 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains and headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
When a cold strikes, do what I do. Take 4-way cold tablets. It's the fast way to relieve nasty cold distress and feel better quickly.
4-way, only 29 cents.
Now, here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. Had dandruff for years? Now get rid of it in 3 minutes with Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair. Rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch, embarrassing dandruff's gone. Fitch can also leave hair up to 35% brighter. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today. And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the hapless ham matter.
No question about it. I was the perfect alibi for Freddie Lynch. Freddie had left his uncle's house a few minutes before 10. I had talked with his uncle at 8 minutes after 10. Yeah, and when the police checked up, they learned that Freddie had taken a bus to New York at 10:15. On foot. And he was on foot. Old man Halsey had seen that. He had to leave the house before 10 to make that bus.
I told you, young man, these eyes of mine may be old, but they never miss a thing. He was on foot, all right, and he left this house before 10 o'clock, and he didn't come
But now
back.
wait a minute. If someone else came in here to commit the murder after Freddie left, why hadn't old man Halsey seen that person?
You're right, Dollar. Nobody else came here, so it must have been Freddie killed his uncle.
All right, now look, Sergeant.
Only how could he? Because if you talked to Mr. Lynch at 8 minutes after, and Freddie was on his way to the bus station, and he had to be...
Wait,
then
Sergeant.
it's impossible. Dollar, this really bugs me.
All right, listen, the murder weapon.
Very unusual.
I know, Doc, you told me.
It must have been something I'd never seen before.
I wouldn't be too sure about that, unless you feel the same way Mr. Halsey does about show business.
What?
Terrible, sinful, iniquitous, immoral.
Yeah, maybe you're right on this one.
What are you getting at, Dollar?
I'm getting out. Was that an express, that bus that Freddie took to New York?
No, it was a local. But I don't see
Then
what...
with luck in my own car, I can beat him down there. Do you know where he lives, Mr. Halsey?
I certainly do.
All right, where?
At 1231 West 43rd Street.
Good. I'll see you later.
Now,
Oh,
Dollar...
and Sergeant, maybe you can fix any tickets for speeding I pick up along the way. Somehow, just lucky, I guess, I managed to reach the address in New York without getting pinched. A $10 bill to the superintendent, that's item 3, got me into the rooms of Freddie Lynch. The walls were plastered with theatrical programs and playbills, most of them from summer playhouses, off-Broadway shows. In a closet, I found some costumes he'd used in various productions. In one corner was a battered shield with a broken spear beside it. Some heavy oriental belts and jewelry. The long robe of an Arabian desert rider with a sort of turban to go with it. Yeah, everything fitted in very nice. Hey, yeah, wide open, Freddie, wide open, just the way you left it. Come in, kid.
I beg your pardon?
Kind of careless, but it's all right. It's okay.
Hey, who are you?
You kidding? Jerry Allen, the agent, you know.
Agent?
Yeah, where you been, Freddie? When you didn't answer the letter and the telegram I sent you, where you been, huh, kid?
Oh, you're a theatrical agent?
What else? Listen, look, hey, kid, get this. I got a part for you, great part, a great one, a good salary, too. Of course, you got to let me represent you in the deal, but all I want's the usual 10%. Well, how about it, huh, kid?
Jerry
Allen, you say?
Yeah, sure, that's right. Oh, we never been introduced, but I caught you in half a dozen things, and you're good, boy. Good, real good.
Well, I like to think so.
Sure you are. And being it's my business, I got to keep adding to my stable of actors. See what I mean? So if you want this part, well...
I don't think so,
What?
Mr. Allen.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm thinking of giving up the theater.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, kid. You fallen heir to a fortune or something?
Why do you say that?
Huh? Of course, if you don't want the part.
No, wait. Perhaps I'd better do another play or two.
Good. And you'll let me represent you? Well, Freddie?
Oh, why not? Well, if the part is good.
Is the part good? It's great, kid. It's great. And if this thing doesn't hit Broadway the first time out... Hey, listen. It's a new play written by Johnstone. You get that?
Johnstone? No, I'm afraid I don't recall ever...
Well, sure you've heard of him. Why, man, he's had more hits. Oh, and listen, Freddie. Listen to this part.
All right. I'm listening.
Okay, starts out a young man, just about your age. Second act is 20 years later. Hey, you think you can do it?
Why? Of course, my good man.
Good. And the third act, well, now that part may be a little tough. You got to kind of make like you're about 60.
Why, there's no problem at all, Mr. Allen. No problem at all.
Oh, only it's a shaky old man, like he's scared to death all the time.
All right, listen. All fear has clutched me by the throat. The overpowering terror, willing up.
Oh, hey, that's great. Come on, keep it up, Freddie boy, keep it up.
Well, you see, of course, if I had a script,
Scared, remember? Scared. Say something like, you must come here right away to protect me.
You must come here right away to protect me.
Oh, that's great. Now, say my life is in danger. I've been threatened, Mr. Dollar.
My very life is in danger. What? Dollar?
That's right. Johnny Dollar.
Why, this was all a trick.
Yeah, and you fell for it like a ton of bricks. The same voice you faked over the telephone to sound like your uncle.
Oh, no, listen.
Killed him, left his home knowing that nosy old neighbor would swear as to when you left. Then ran to the bus depot and called me up with that phony voice to make an airtight alibi. To make me ready to swear your uncle was still alive after you left him there dead.
But, Dollar, listen. See, I'm his only kin. I'll be coming into a lot of money. His insurance and whatever money or property there is.
Oh, why don't you drop dead?
I see. But do you see this?
So that's what you did it with.
Yeah, that's right.
Arabian, isn't it?
I stand back.
Long, thin blade with a double edge. From one of your costume plays?
I'll stand back, I say.
Sure. I don't need to be close to you to use this.
Oh, my hand. You've broken my hand.
Funny. I didn't think I was that good a shot. So now I'll have to make another deposition for the sake of another trial. And I'm sure that hamming it up in court won't keep Freddie from playing out the rest of his life in front of a captive audience. Expense account total, including a flock of incidentals, well, let's call it $100. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's a word from our star about the case he'll investigate on next week's program.
Thanks, Daniel. It's called The Unholy Two Matter and involves a pair of characters who fit that description perfectly. One of them a killer. And if you're at all curious about what to do when you've got the situation well in hand and then suddenly a gun is shoved into the middle of your back, well, join us, won't you? Right here on your favorite station at the usual time on Sunday. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Chet Stratton, Lawrence Dobkin, Sam Edwards, Herb Ellis, Ralph Moody, and Junius Matthews. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Coverly speaking.
Next, Ray Bradbury's science fiction classic 0 Hour as Suspense follows on the CBS Radio Network.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Are you smoking more now, but enjoying it less? Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. The best tobacco makes the very best smoke. Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. Are you looking for flavor and mildness? Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. The best tobacco makes the very best smoke. Have a real cigarette, a real cigarette, a real cigarette, have a Camel.
Again, for the 11th straight year, Camel outsold every other cigarette, filter, king size, and regular. The best tobacco makes the best smoke. So if you're smoking more now but enjoying it less, change to Camels. Get more real satisfaction every time. Start to really enjoy smoking again.
Have a real cigarette, a real cigarette, a real cigarette, have a Camel.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-Western Life Insurance Company, Corpus Christi office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Unholy Two matter. It was a little late in the day to ride all the way to Texas, but I managed to make a pretty good set of plane connections. So, expense account item 1, $127.20 plane fare and tips, Hartford to Corpus Christi. Item 2, $4 even for a cab in from Cliff Mouse Airport to the Driscoll Hotel on North Broadway. As I was about to sign my name on a registration card for the benefit of the room clerk, well, I guess this is a pretty small world at that.
And I'm sure you're going to find this room very comfortable, Mr. Dollar.
Sure.
Okay, then, Obie. I'll see you first thing in the morning.
We are.
Thank you, sir.
Right now, I'll turn over and tell Wayne Stocks this.
Boy,
Yeah.
take Mr. Dollar's bags up to the room.
Dollar? Excuse me. Did I hear the name Dollar?
What's that?
Johnny Dollar, the insurance investigator?
That's right. Who are you?
Well, the name is Doug Johnstone.
Johnstone?
Yes.
Funny. Man by the name of Johnstone dramatizes all these cases I handle so we can put them on the air.
Jack Johnstone.
That's right.
Well, I'm his younger brother, Douglas.
No kidding.
No kidding.
Well, glad to know you,
How are
Doug.
you, Johnny? Listen, I'm in a big hurry. I've got somebody waiting for me, but I hope we can get together while you're here in town and, well, tear that brother of mine to pieces or something.
Sure, why not?
If you're down here working on a case, if I can be any help to you, you know. Hey, wait a minute. Are you here to look into the Peterson matter by any chance?
Well, frankly, I haven't the least idea.
I wonder. Well, can you tell me this? Did Jack Price over at Tri-Western Life send for you?
Yeah?
Clerk, may I have a piece of paper, please?
Oh, yes, sir. Here you are.
Sorry, I've got to rush out of here, Johnny, this way, but...
Well, who is Peterson, Doc?
Here's my address and phone number. That's both the home and the office.
All right.
Now, maybe I can be of help to you, so don't lose that. Huh?
Yeah, okay, thanks. But now,
because
Doug,
if it is on account of old man Peterson, Johnny, well, I got some ideas about it, and, well, they could be helpful to you. If, as I say, that's why you're here.
Well, what kind of ideas?
Well, you know he was supposed to have died because his heart gave out on him.
No, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. But if you ask me, well, if it turns out this is the case you're working on, well, you give me a call now, will you?
Yeah, sure. But look, why not tell me what you know about it?
Well, Johnny, after all, you may be here for something entirely different.
Maybe not.
Well, why don't you see first what Jack Price has to say, huh?
Well, now, look, Doug, you said...
Johnny, this theory of mine could be all wrong.
About the death of some man named Peterson.
Yeah, John Ridgway Peterson.
Well, come on, tell me anyhow. What is your theory?
Well, it may not mean anything to you. You may have no interest whatsoever in Peterson.
Oh, come on. Stop beating around the bush, Doug. What do you think about his death?
Well, okay. Murder.
What?
Yeah, Johnny. Murder.
But because neither of us really knew if I'd become involved in it, that was all he'd tell me at the moment. And as he said, he had to run off to meet somebody. It was late, and I was tired after the plane trip, so I grabbed a bite to eat. That's item 3, 2 1/4, then hit the sack. But first thing in the morning, I was in Jack Price's office at Tri-Western.
Well, no, I didn't mean to sound in a rush for you to get down here, Johnny. On the other hand, the hotter the trail, the easier it is to follow.
Whose trail, Jackson?
Sterling Peterson, beneficiary of his uncle, John R. Peterson's life insurance policy.
100,000 clams.
Yes.
And what's happened to him? The nephew Sterling, I mean.
He simply disappeared.
When?
About the same time his uncle died, apparently.
When was that?
5 days ago.
Funny that he should leave town when he was about to be presented with that wad of insurance money.
He didn't know that he was his uncle's beneficiary.
Oh?
No. Old John Peterson never told him. Actually, the old man didn't particularly want to leave it to this nephew, but, well...
Why not?
Oh, they never really got along, as I understand it. The old man had been a hard worker all his life, and Sterling is anything but. Nonetheless, he named him his beneficiary, so that's that.
And as heir to whatever else there is to the estate, huh?
No, that goes to Sterling's half-brother, Paul.
Much of an estate?
Certainly not as much as the insurance. The old man didn't have much use for either of them, Johnny. But since they were his only surviving relatives, since they'd probably get everything he left anyway...
Yeah, I see what you mean. Does Paul live here in town?
Yes.
What does he do for a living?
Apparently has some money in the stock market.
And Sterling?
Johnny, I don't know what he lived on. No visible means of support kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I tried to call him, tell him of his uncle's death. His landlady said he wasn't there, hadn't been there for a couple of days, that he'd simply packed up his things and left. I'll give you the address.
Yeah, do that.
Then I called his brother, but Paul didn't know where he was either.
Just disappeared.
That's right.
I wonder why.
Who knows?
Have he called the police?
Why? Just because a man suddenly leaves town? That's hardly reason to call in the police, Johnny.
Maybe not.
What?
Sterling didn't know he was beneficiary of this policy.
No.
But maybe he did think he'd get some of the estate if he were lucky and the old man turned up dead. And maybe Sterling needed money.
I understand he always did.
So if he could help the old man on his way...
No, Johnny. The doctor said it was a heart attack.
Yeah? Well, there are a lot of ways to make it look like a heart attack. Has there been an autopsy?
Why, no.
Then have one made. The insurance company's entitled to one.
But you're saying Sterling murdered him?
Maybe.
Johnny.
Just go ahead and order that autopsy. Item 5, $1.25 for a taxi. I found Doug Johnstone in his office, a small place, but with the cluttered desk of a busy man. Full of stock market reports, that sort of thing. Doug brushed him aside and got right to the point.
Yeah, I've got to know a lot about Sterling Peterson lately. Now, you see, I have interest in a handful of oil wells, a gas compressor station, and things like that.
Ah, lucky man.
Well, I spend quite a bit of time over at Merrill Lynch, trading in the stock market.
You met Sterling in a brokerage office?
Well, that's where I met his brother, Paul. That's where I learned about Sterling. It seems he was always trying to get money out of Paul.
I take it Paul is pretty well healed, huh?
Hardly. He's a sharp one. He has a pretty wild idea of how to make money in the market.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you know, it's always flattering for someone to ask your advice.
Naturally.
Well, I'd recommend he buy something like IBM. Good, solid stuff for a stable company like U.S. Steel, AT&T.
Nothing wrong with that, brother.
No, but instead he'd throw his money into some crazy penny stock like, well, Golden Dream Uranium Company. It was being pushed by some crooked promoter, some boiler room operator.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I'd suggest Union Carbide. He'd end up with some speculation nobody ever heard of, and so on. Yet somehow he managed to stay solvent. The point is, Sterling was always going to Paul for money.
Money for what?
Oh, to pay off his gambling debts. Much as I hate to admit it, civic pride and all that sort of thing, there are plenty of places in and around this town to gamble.
Yeah, so I've heard.
So when a stupid guy like Sterling Peterson simply won't learn the house never loses, well, you see what I mean.
Yeah. And Sterling never really worked for a living.
No, and he was always in debt up to his ears.
Isn't it possible he simply left town because his debts had caught up with him? Some of his creditors were getting tough with him?
Well, Sterling needed money badly, and... Well, Johnny, I think he finally reached the point where he's willing to kill to get it.
His own uncle?
If what Paul has told me about him is true, yes. Now, you remember, he thought that he would inherit part of the estate.
Which, of course, was wrong.
But he didn't know that. Not then.
Then his running away...
Well, the way I look at it, Johnny, if he did kill his uncle...
And you think he did?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
Well, when he found out he wouldn't get his uncle's money, his property, after all, that he'd killed him for, nothing, he didn't know about the insurance, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Well, what was left for him around here?
I'll buy.
Nothing but a lot of creditors pounding on his door. And once people begin to think about that, they might get suspicious, start asking him questions about his uncle's death. Questions that he didn't have good answers for.
But to run out is the surest way in the world to arouse suspicion.
I know. It's stupid. Well, what do you think?
Well, I'm not sure. But thanks. I'll see you later. I took a taxi over to the place where Paul Peterson lived. That's Item 6, $1.50. It was a nice apartment in a fairly good neighborhood. But he wasn't home. Item 7, $1 even for a cab to the brokerage house Doug had mentioned. I talked to Wayne Stocksett, a friend of Doug's. He hadn't seen Paul Peterson around there for several days.
Well, Paul said something about going out of town, Dollar, to look at some of the companies he considers investing in.
I see.
When he gets the money from his uncle's property and so forth, Paul will have quite a bit to play with. And play with is the proper term, despite our advice to avoid so many cheap speculations.
I've heard he's a bit of a plunger.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Well, if he does come around, Wayne, ask him to call me immediately. I'll be at the Robert Driscoll. Item 8, $2 for a late lunch. Item 9, $1.30 for a cab to Jack Price's office.
Now, wait a minute, Johnny.
Yeah?
Instead of hunting for Sterling Peterson, you're just hanging around hoping to find out the old man was murdered.
Well, give me time, will you?
But I tell you, the doctor who was with him when he died said it was heart failure.
And I tell you, Jackson, there are plenty of ways. There are medical tricks. I can't
Hold it a minute, Johnny. Price speaking. Yes? All ready? Well, Doctor, what did you... What? Oh. I see. Thank you.
What's the matter, Jackson?
How did you know?
How did I know what?
The autopsy.
Yeah?
You were right. Apparently some drug substituted for the digitalis the old man was taking.
You mean Doug Johnstone was right. The old man was murdered.
Yes, Johnny. Murdered.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Welcome, recording star Mel Torme.
It's terrible trying to sing with a bad cold. So I always take 4-way cold tablets to relieve cold miseries fast.
Good idea. Tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
When you catch cold, try my way. Take 4-way cold tablets. The fast way to relieve cold distress and feel better quickly.
4-way, only 29 cents.
Now, here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. To get rid of embarrassing dandruff in 3 minutes, change to Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair, rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch and embarrassing dandruff's gone. At the same time, Fitch can brighten hair up to 35%. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today. And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account item 10, $1.70 for a taxi to the cheap rooming house where Sterling Peterson had lived before his mysterious disappearance. The landlady turned out to be quite helpful.
Well, that chiseling, no-account, tin-horn gambler owed me 2 months back rent, Mr. Dollar.
Well, if we can find him. Only I'm beginning
And
to
you
doubt it.
ask me, there's something mighty suspicious about the way he picked up and left.
Yeah, what do you mean,
Yeah.
Mrs. Toomey?
Well, now, here.
Here, now, you look for yourself. You see all them empty hangers in that closet there, and them empty drawers I pulled out on the bureau?
Oh, so what?
Took every stitch of clothes he had. How he ever stuffed them all in them 2 little suitcases he owned would have been impossible.
So he picked up a tour over, a couple of more handbags.
Without me seeing him come in here with them?
You apparently didn't see him leave.
Well, no. Look here, in the medicine cabinet in the bathroom. Now, every receipt.
Yeah, that is funny.
Well, it sure is. Man not taking along his comb and razor and shaving things and his toothbrush and his hair tonic. I don't care how much of a hurry he was in.
Mrs. Toomey, the day that Sterling Peterson disappeared.
You mean the night he disappeared, don't you?
Do I?
All that day, he just sat around here, said he was waiting for his brother. His brother had promised to come and see him.
Oh?
Ask me, he was hoping his brother'd bring him some money to pay up his rent and things.
Did his brother come around?
At 7 p.m., his brother telephoned. I took the message.
Yeah?
Said Sterling was to meet him at some dive out on Staple Street, so he left.
And that's the last you saw of him?
I heard him come back here and up to this room sometime after 2 a.m.
But you didn't actually see him.
I go to bed at a respectable hour.
Then how are you sure it
Next
was?
morning he was gone. Bag and baggage must have just plain sneaked out on me.
No, I don't think so, Mrs. Toomey.
What's that?
A couple of things I learned earlier, a couple of things you've told me, and the stuff in that medicine cabinet.
Eh?
Now, I don't think you'd better bank on collecting any back rent. Not from Sterling Peterson.
That beat.
Is he?
Of course he is.
Or is he just plain dead? I went back to my hotel. No, Paul Peterson hadn't called me. But there was a message from Jack Price, so I went to my room and I phoned him.
I just wanted you to know the police are in on this now, Johnny.
As a result of that autopsy.
Yes, they're looking for Sterling Peterson, too. Also, they've been looking for you. They're very anxious to talk with you.
Anytime they like.
After all, it was you brought this thing out in the open by suggesting the autopsy. Because you had the idea that it might be murder.
No, that was Doug Johnstone's idea, and a very good one. Have they talked with Paul Peterson?
Well, I assume they will.
Well, if he's back in town, huh? Okay, Jackson, thanks. Now, let's see. Yeah? Come in.
Dollar?
That's right.
I'm Paul Peterson. I got your message.
Wow. Come in.
I understand that you're an insurance investigator, that you're looking for my half-brother Sterling.
Ah, that's right. Who didn't know that he was the beneficiary of your uncle's insurance. Sit down.
Well, thanks. I just got back in town from a business trip, and...
That's so?
Look, I found these letters waiting for me.
Oh, from Sterling?
Yes, here.
Dallas, Wichita, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Fargo, North Dakota?
Yes, and by now he could be across the border in Canada.
Yeah, maybe.
Read it, Dollar.
Just keep quiet and give me time, and you won't have to worry about me anymore.
Yeah, the others are practically the same.
Yeah. Neatly typewritten, no signature.
I'm afraid it's obvious who they're from.
So it looks as though your half-brother is running away. Now that we know your uncle was murdered.
Murdered?
Yeah, that's right.
Sterling.
Type these on your own machine, Paul? That might be pretty easy to trace.
What?
Yeah, with Sterling out of the way, you'd get your uncle's insurance as well as his money and property, wouldn't you?
I suppose so, but I don't see what you're driving at.
Oh, you did things up pretty well, Paul. Much better than your stupid brother could have.
What are you talking
and
about?
And all to play safe in case we discovered it was murder.
Dollar.
That so-called business trip. It was so that you could mail these letters to yourself, make it look as though Sterling had done the murder.
Well, he must
have. And what happened? Did you make the mistake of telling him you'd done it?
I? Now, look here.
After all, he would never have thought of substituting for the digitalis your uncle was taking.
Look here,
So
Dollar.
did Sterling threaten to blackmail you? Is that why you had to kill him, too?
You're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about.
And the tiny thing that tipped me off.
What?
When you went back to his room that night, after you'd killed him, to haul away his stuff, make it look as though he'd taken a powder.
Yes?
Silly little thing. But no man, no matter how much of a hurry, would have left behind his comb, his razor, a toothbrush. And that isn't all.
I say you don't know what you're talking about. Or maybe you do.
Oh, no, easy, Paul. that gun will make an awful lot of noise in here.
No, not when it's tied up against your back with a pillow over it. Stand up, Dollar.
And if I don't, well...
Okay, Doug.
What?
Kick open the door. I'll cover him.
I tried it.
The police.
That's right.
All right. Look, boys. I said you covered, Peterson. Drop it. Drop it.
Johnny, you okay?
Yeah, sure, Doug. You hear it all, Sergeant?
Yeah, sure did, Mr. Dollar. It's funny, though.
Funny?
All I really came up here for was to talk to you. Not much point in it now, is there?
So, another day, another dollar. And I'm not talking about myself. Expense account total, including hotel bill, a flock of incidentals, and a plane back to Hartford, $287.20. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Constipation is something people don't talk about much, but it can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, as close to natural acting as possible, and a medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because pleasant-tasting chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is gentle. Next morning, it gives you the closest thing to natural action. And that's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity, gently, overnight. Is X-Lax in your medicine cabinet?
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a hurried trip to Alaska to look for a clue to a murder. And say, if you've been to Alaska, if you know anything about the customs, the manners of the people up there, especially their eating habits, well, it's quite possible that you'll find a solution to the case even before I do. Or maybe you will anyhow. Because it all hangs on a tiny, seemingly unimportant clue. And yet, well, give a listen. See how well you can break down a killer's alibi. Yeah. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Jack Edwards, Forrest Lewis, Stacey Harris, Gil Stratton, and Barney Phillips. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Coverly speaking.
Tangled secrets unravel eerily all through the long night as Suspense follows on the CBS Radio Network.
Johnny Dollar.
Byron Kay, Intercoastal Maritime and Life.
Why? How are things in dear old Boston?
Here in Boston, fine. But Cod Harbor, something else again.
Cod Harbor?
It's a little fishing village up north of here, up near Gloucester.
Yeah, I know. I handled a case up there a couple of years ago.
Oh, yes, that's right.
It was for Meg McCarthy, a big, blousy, brawling old gal who ran a joint she called Meg's Palace.
Well, it's Meg McCarthy.
After that dingy dive she was running burned down, she took the insurance money and moved away.
Johnny, listen. It was Meg McCarthy who called me.
Oh?
Yes. Insisted that I have you go up there and see her right away.
Well, she's back in Cod Harbor?
And running another restaurant and rooming house. We wrote the insurance on it.
What's happened up there?
All she'd tell me was that if you didn't show up in a big fat hurry, she'd cancel out on us. So what do you think?
I'll tell you this. Meg is used to handling things pretty much by herself. I mean, she wouldn't have called for help unless there's something pretty serious going on. The last time, you know, it turned out to be a murder.
I know.
So if you're willing to pay my expenses...
Go to it, Johnny.
Right.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Intercoastal Maritime and Life Insurance Company, Boston office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Silver Queen matter. Cod Harbor is on the coast up near the famous old town of Gloucester, Mass. Transportation facilities are practically nil, so I decided to go up there in my own car. Item 1 on the old expense account then is $4.95 for gas, and having got an early start, I arrived there shortly after noon. Yeah, it's quite a colorful spot, Cod Harbor, if you could somehow manage to lose your sense of smell. Or maybe if you were an artist bent on painting a picturesque waterfront. The residential section on a low hill a couple of 100 yards back from the beach consisted of a scattering of weather-beaten shacks. On the long wharf at the water's edge was an ice plant, a packing house, and a ship's chandler. At the end of the wharf, the disreputable-looking cafe and boarding house known as Meg's Palace. Alongside the piers that stuck out into the harbor were the really important part of the village, the fishing boats. There were schooners dating back to the last century and still carrying sail. There were power boats in all shapes and sizes, from 18-foot outboards to 80-foot diesel jobs. All of them used for only one thing, fishing the banks far out in the Atlantic with seines and trawls and trot lines. I walked on over to Meg's Palace, wondering how much the old gal had changed since I saw her last. You know something? Meg McCarthy hadn't changed one bit.
And you just listen here now to me, you lop-eared bladders.
Meg, put down that blaster skin and leave me explain.
Explain, huh? Just on account of you and that scurvy crew of swabs on that stinking tub of yours made a decent catch for once. It's no good excuse for coming over here to get drunk all over me lovely place.
Ah, you crazy old biddy, will you listen to me?
No!
But I tell you, I'll pay you the money. I'll pay you double for them few dishes and the broken down table they busted up on you.
And I tell you to keep your dirty, offensive money to yourself, Captain Andy, and get out of here and never come back. Now get!
Meg, put down that frying pan.
That's right square on the top of your filthy head, I'll lay it.
No, Meg,
Now get before I lose this me temper and forget I'm a lady. You hear me?
I
see
tell
this.
you, Meg, if you start throwing them things at me, I go
Back out here, and you stay out of here. If you hit me, I'll kill how you from stem to stem.
All right. I'm leaving there as fast as I can. Leave me out of this here now, madhouse.
Ha! Now maybe we'll have some peace and quiet around here for... Hey. Now who are you standing there in the shadows? Get out!
All right, Meg, just knock it off.
Oh, knock it off, is it? Well, I'll show you sneaking in here like a... Oh, it's me love, me darling, me sweetheart, me Johnny boy.
Yeah, hiya, Meg. Still throwing your weight around, huh?
Ah, darling, they're like a brood of crazy, troublesome kids, they are, the men that puts to sea. And I loves every blinking, bloomin', worthless one of them.
Oh, you do, huh?
Well, of course I do. That's why I makes them toe the mark the way I does. Somebody's got to love 'em and mother 'em and keep 'em in line. Especially Captain Andy.
The man who just left?
That's the one I mean. Oh, come now. Come sit down and have a cup of this here delicious coffee I just brewed up in the pot.
Yeah, sure, why not?
It'll put some hair on your chest and build up your strength on the cotton. You'll be needing it.
Ah?
That is, if that Marty Silver finds out you're up and around these parts.
Marty Silver?
Sure, and he owns the Silver Queen, that leaky old tub that sits down alongside pier number 7. But here now, you have yourself a cup of this nice, aromatical, hot, strong coffee.
Yeah, thanks. Holy, what are you trying to do, murder me?
Hey?
Good
grief.
Well, now, just a minute, me fine young fair feathered friend. Is it a snide and despairing remarks you be making about me lovely coffee,
You
is
call it rat poison coffee?
I'm most certain. Now, just you look here, you hairy-brained young incompetent.
No wonder there's trouble up here in Cod Harbor.
Oh, is that so? Well, if you think I'm going to let you sit here and make degrading remarks about me cooking...
Okay, Meg, okay. Stop waving that coffee pot and settle down.
Just you listen, you swab-headed young whisker
Forget it,
snapper.
will you? Pipe down. Quiet, will you? Now, sit down.
Yes, darling.
Okay.
Oh, Johnny. Johnny, you reminds me so of me dear, dead, departed, overbearing husband when you talks up to me like that.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I tell you, if I was a few years younger and maybe a mite prettier looking in the face, oh, I tell you, there wouldn't dare another girl so much as set her eyes on to you. Oh, that's true, Johnny.
Okay, Meg. But now what about this Marty Silver?
Captain Marty Silver, he calls himself. And he sailed in here a few days ago from up to Gloucester, he says, in that tub he calls the Silver Queen. Says he wants to sell the old wreck.
Aye, and that he will, Maggie.
And who invited you in here again, Captain Andy?
There's already 2 or 3 suckers bidding up to buy the old wreck from him. He's pushing them hard to make a sale, he is.
Then Andrew P. Hogginham, you keep them from buying it until Johnny Dollar here gets through his investigating.
Investigating?
Well, now, where's your manners? Shake hands with him. This here's Mr. Johnny Dollar, me lover boy from way back.
Hiya, Captain.
Lover boy? Him? That pasty-faced landlubber like him?
Just you mind your manners, Andy, and get out here and don't let none of them boys buy the Silver Queen. Not yet.
Now, look here, Meg.
Go on with you. Or do I got to throw you out again?
Well, whatever you say, Meg. But I warn you, woman, if you're being untrue to me in favor of this here Johnny Dollar...
Ain't he handsome, Johnny boy? And we don't make it generally known, but Captain Andy is me very own fiancé.
No.
Yes, sir.
And all this time I thought you only had eyes for me.
Oh, well, now, Johnny...
Okay. Now, just tell me about this Captain Marty Silver.
Well, now, listen, darling. If Marty Silver finds out that I sent for you, if he finds out you're here to investigate him...
Investigating for what? Come on, Meg, you're beating around the bush.
Oh, it's because I hate the word. Because I'm afeard of it.
What word?
Murder.
Oh, well, I can't say that I... What?
Yes, Johnny. Murder.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
You're accusing this Captain Marty Silver of murder?
I'm accusing him of preparing murder. That's why me and Captain Andy's been keeping the eye onto him.
Well, just keep talking, Meg.
Down from Gloucester it was, he said he'd come. But he telephoned me old friend Captain Lavery up there.
And?
Tom Lavery said he never heard of him.
Oh, well, now, look,
And
that's...
Tom has been living up there since every time in memoriam. Never heard of any Captain Marty Silver. So I says to myself, says I, if Captain Marty ever was there, he was using another name and maybe unforged papers.
When I thought I had a suspicious mind.
So then last night, I takes a real good look at his boat. The way the name was painted onto it. No wonder it was all fresh paint.
Yeah?
The count of the name before he painted over it was the Arctic Queen.
Well, so what's wrong with changing the name of his boat?
So I phoned up Captain Tom again, and you know what he told me?
What, Meg?
It was the Arctic Queen was supposed to have disappeared in a storm up there not 3 weeks before with the loss of all hands on board, consisting of only 2.
Go on.
Them 2 was the skipper and the deckhand by the name of Marty Flagg.
So you figure that Marty Flagg and Marty Silver are one and the same?
That I do.
And that somehow, under cover of the storm, he did away with the skipper of the Arctic Queen. Then he changed the name to Silver Queen and brought her down here to sell her.
Dearie, that's exactly what I figured.
Well, you could be right. Now, look, if his papers are forged, and that includes the registration on his boat...
Oh, many's the time it's been done, Johnny boy, and you knows it.
That a phone booth I saw outside the front door?
What it is, but what for?
I'm going to check with the Coast Guard up in Gloucester. They'll know in a minute if they have a registration in the name of... Oh, but now, wait.
Yes, dearie.
Let's assume that he did kill the skipper of the Arctic Queen.
Well, of course he did.
Now, you and this Captain Andy think he's going to commit another murder.
Yes.
Here in Cod Harbor.
Yes.
Another skipper in order to get his hands on another, a better boat?
Oh, lover.
All right, then who?
Me.
What? You?
Yes.
But why?
Because he knows I've been suspicious of him. That I've been keeping tabs on to him. And I think he's seen me when I was poking around his boat last night.
Oh, no. Wait, Meg. That's not reason enough to think he might want to murder you.
Oh, ain't it?
All right, I'll keep an eye on him just to make sure.
Oh, just to make sure, is it?
Meantime, I'll check with the Coast Guard in Gloucester.
Just to make sure he does want to murder me by letting him do it. Is that it now?
Meg.
Yes, well...
Well, if I can prove his boat is the one supposed to have been lost at sea, and if his registry and papers are forged, okay, then the Coast Guard can come down here and take care of him. Meantime...
What? But what about me?
Meg, look, I think you're getting all worked up over nothing.
Your own lovely life at the stake, and you pass it off.
Now,
You
Meg,
pass it off like I was nothing the more than that.
Well,
And I thought you was me friend and me beneficiary, and that you cared a little about what might
Listen, will you
happen.
please...
But no. You like everything else of the male sex that wears the hat.
Oh, now,
if
just
a
a
person
minute.
don't have a pretty leg or a pretty face full of powder and rouge, and her hair full of peroxide blonde...
That's not
and
true.
you...
Meg,
Oh,
will you shut up a minute? Now, if you just let me finish.
Yes, Mr. Dollar. I'll shut up me ugly old mouth. I'll smother me grief in me poor old broken heart.
Look, listen. So maybe Marty Silvers is suspicious of you. Maybe he is the crook, the killer you think he is. And maybe he will try to get at you. So look, I'll make sure nothing happens to you and until I can get this other stuff straightened out.
Oh, Lord love you, darling. I know that you wouldn't let down poor old me.
Yeah, so why don't you go back in the kitchen and fix me something to eat?
Oh, Johnny love, it'll be the finest supper you ever put your teeth in.
Good. Only after I've called the Coast Guard, I'll come back here, and I'll make the coffee to go with it. See you later.
No, just a minute.
Yeah, now what?
If you're trying to make some more cracks about me coffee, Johnny Dollar...
Meg, put down that platter.
I'll put it down, all right, you bug-eyed young. Get out of here. Get!
Meg, you are a lousy shot.
Oh, I am. Am I? Yep. Oh, God love that boy.
My call to the Coast Guard proved that Meg was right, 100%. They'd never heard of a Captain Marty Silver, had no record of him whatsoever. As for the boat, well, it was pretty obvious now that he must have killed the skipper of it in order to steal it, bring it down here to sell. I promised them that I'd do nothing to alarm Silver to scare him away, but that I would keep tabs on him until they could come down here and arrest him. But I had to break that promise because of what happened exactly 2 minutes later. Yeah, right after I hung up that phone.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
I left the outside phone booth and walked back into Meg's Palace Cafe. It was still cluttered with the pots and pans and crockery that she loved to throw at anyone who happened to disagree with her. In this case, it was Captain Andy and me, her lover boys. I heard a lot of activity off in the kitchen where she'd promised to cook me something to eat, and I hoped she'd hurry because I was hungry. But then I heard a door slam somewhere in the back and footsteps on the boardwalk that I knew led down to the piers. I wondered if she changed her mind about fixing that meal for me. But when I got to the kitchen... Meg, what's happened? What happened here?
Oh, Johnny boy. Thank heaven you got here and scared him away.
Who?
If he hadn't heard you coming in the front, he would have killed me for sure.
Marty Silver.
Oh, he must have been hiding away here in the kitchen. He must have heard everything me and you were saying about him.
All right, here now. Let me help you up in this chair.
It's all right, darling. I think I can make it. But when I get a hold of that...
There you are. But I thought Captain Andy said that Silvers was down at the dock trying to sell that boat. Hey, wait, listen.
Yes.
Stay right here, Meg, while I get in the back of that door.
What? What is it,
Oh.
Out of my way, Dollar. Meg, I just seen Monty Silver coming up. Meg, who done this to you?
Marty Silver, Captain.
I'll kill him for this. Oh, Meg, me pet, are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right. But where was you when Marty Silver come in here and attacked me?
Like you told me to. I went back to the dock to keep an eye on him.
He was right here in the kitchen. And when I went out to phone the Coast Guard...
Oh, Maggie, darling, did he hurt you bad?
I told you I'm all right. But if Johnny hadn't come back in here...
Oh, I'll kill that dirty
Hey,
rotten...
Captain, you said you saw him leaving here.
That I did.
Where'd he go?
Down to the dock, to the Silver Queen.
Well, he may have ideas for taking off, getting away from here.
Well, of course, you barnacle-brained pair of... Look!
Ah, what?
Look there, out of the window.
Yeah, you're right.
Of course I'm right. That's the Silver Queen headed out to sea.
Come on, Captain Andy, we're going after him.
But he's got a start on us, a head start. And with the darkness and night coming on...
Well, standing here talking about it won't get us anywhere. Come on. We cast off and made for the open sea, because far out ahead of us we could spot the running lights of the Silver Queen. Andy put her on full power, and slowly the lights of Cod Harbor disappeared astern of us. I stood alone up at the bow, staring into the blackness of the night.
You keep your eye on those running lights, Johnny. We lose them, we lose the Silver Queen.
I think we're gaining on them, all right. Not very fast.
Don't worry, boy. There's nothing out of Cod Harbor can outrun this boat of mine.
Anything you can do to give us some more power?
No. Oh, yes. There, maybe it is. Come on back here, Johnny. Take the wheel.
All right, you are.
You see him? You see his lights from here, all right?
Yeah, I see him.
And then you take the wheel.
All right, I got it. What are you going to do?
I'm going to lift this engine cover and... There. Now, I'll get to this carburetor and see if I can keep her wide open, Johnny.
That she is. Oh, that slowed us down.
Just keep an eye on the Silver Queen.
Good, that's it.
That's the best I can do with it. I'll take the wheel now. We'll get back up forward.
Aye, sir. As we slowly but surely pulled up on her, I could see the vague shape of Captain Marty Silver at the wheel. I could see him turn and look back at us now and then. Just a few more minutes and we'd overtake the Queen. But if Silver had a gun, I eased my .38 out of the holster, made sure I had a full load, just in case. And then it suddenly occurred to me that if he could see us and our lights were far brighter than those of the Queen. I went on back to Captain Andy at the wheel.
Keep going along now, Johnny boy.
Hey, where's the switch to the cabin lights?
Okay.
If Silver is armed, then when we get up close to him, he'll be able to pick us off like ducks in a shooting gallery.
You're right. The switch is right there inside the... No, look.
Ah.
Silver has turned them off. Turned off all these lights. We lose him. We'll never catch him now.
Won't we? Doesn't the spotlight work?
Sure it does. Turn it on. I'll put out the other light.
Good. Hey, where's the switch for this spotlight?
Here. Running lights. Now the cabin lights.
The switch, Captain.
Now we're just as black as she
The switch for the... Oh, here it is.
Now swing that lighter on, Johnny, so you cover the whole horizon with it.
Right.
When you get it on him, What's that?
It's coming about. It's going to run us down.
I see.
Shove the wheel hard to port. Give it a gas.
I am. He's got us in the turn. We're losing way.
Come on, faster, Captain.
As soon as we get back on the straight course, keep the searchlight on him, square in his face. Maybe you can find him.
Maybe, if I'm lucky. On my other hand.
Oh, we'll never make it, boy. We'll never make it.
Now, hold it steady.
But he'll ram us right across the
Hold it steady.
But, Johnny, don't you see? You hit him. He's hurt.
Yeah. Now, more power, Andy.
He's let go of the wheel. Hey, he's reaching for the
Andy.
gun. Maybe the Queen will wear away from us.
Power, I tell you. Full power.
But no, we're too late. Too late.
Well, I suppose I ought to make some crack about it being a long swim back to Cod Harbor. But I won't because it wasn't. The Silver Queen sank like a rock, and with the help of the spotlight, we finally managed to find and pick up the body of Marty Silver. Then, with both Andy and me bailing like mad, we slowly limped on back to port. And that's about it. Expense account total, including room and board at Meg's Palace and another tank full of gas, $58.35. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
now, here's our star to tell you about next week's program.
Next week, murder. A real weirdie. Because there was no one there to commit it. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey. Originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Olin Soule, and Ralph Moody. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wald speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Johnny Dollar.
Now, why don't you get married?
Huh?
To me?
Well, Johnny Dollar.
Well, will you marry me?
Well, sure. Why not? Anytime you say. Janet?
Janet? Janet who?
Oh, sorry. I meant Carol.
Oh, you did?
Mariana?
No.
Gladys?
No.
Janie?
Now, stop that.
Well, let's try Hildy. Marilyn? How about...
No. This is Betty Lewis.
No.
Yes. And you listen,
What?
You knew it all the time, didn't you?
Yes, dear.
Just leading me on again, like you have been for all these umpteen years. But you listen to me, Johnny Dollar.
Yes, dear.
If it weren't for that crazy business of yours, jumping around all over the country, getting slugged and shot at, enough to drive a loving wife to drink.
Yes, dear.
Why, Johnny, I'd trick you into a date with a preacher. What was that?
Yes, dear?
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. It sounds like we're already tired old married folks.
Oh, you wouldn't like that.
Of course I wouldn't.
Oh?
That is, I mean, well, you know what I mean, you rascal.
Oh, sure I do. You drive you to drink every time I have to be away or tangle with a killer. And if you'd just stop being so darned insistent about my popping the question, why, well, who knows? Maybe I'd,
Yes? If I did stop trying so hard to land you, you'd what, Johnny?
I decline to answer on the grounds it might tend to incriminate me.
Oh, honey, you're such a big, heartless dope.
Sure I am.
And I'm such a shameless hussy for admitting the way I feel. But if you ever do decide to become a normal human being, get into some safe, sane, honest business that only Johnny.
Yes, sweet.
I'm afraid it's about business that I really called you. I mean insurance business.
Oh, my entire ego just flew out the window. Well, what is it, hon?
I've got to see you right away.
Betty, I'll be out there at 13325 East Maple Drive before...
No, honey, I'm not at home.
Okay, at the office then.
No, dear, I'm not at the office either.
Well, tell me where you are, where you want me to meet you.
Just, stay right there and wait until I call you again. Will you, please, honey?
Well, now, look, I just hung up on a frantic phone call from Fritz Melchior over at Continental Insurance and Trust, apparently the usual sort of emergency.
I know.
Huh?
No, I mean, I'm sorry, but this is so important, honey, and since it concerns me, and if anything were to happen...
Happen to you? Betty?
Johnny, dear, I can't talk anymore right now, but wait. Wait until I call you and tell you where to meet me.
Hey, now listen, Betty.
I'll call you.
No, listen. Something very funny about this.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Continental Insurance and Trust Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Mystery Gal matter. There was something very strange about that call from Betty Lewis. Except for the end of it, I'd almost exactly the same conversation with her only a couple of days before, almost word for word. Oh, sure, the marriage talk has been going on for a long time. And why kid about it? If it weren't for this crazy, sometimes risky job of mine, I'd ask that girl to marry me in a second. And maybe someday. But she knows all that. She knows why it just doesn't make sense right now for either of us to think about it. We've agreed to that. So why bring it up again at a time when she actually had some important matter involving insurance on her mind? Important enough to stall me on whatever it was that Melchior at Continental Insurance and Trust wanted me for. I waited for her to call me back. Yeah, I waited over an hour, and then finally, though she told me she wasn't home or at the office, I called her house. No answer. I called her office, then to see if they knew where she might be. Much to my surprise, the switchboard operator told me she was right there, had been there all day.
Betty Lewis?
Yeah, hi, hon. Listen, I thought you were going to call me back.
Johnny, hi, dear.
Well?
Fancy hearing from you at this? What was that about calling you back?
And I thought you weren't in the office.
Oh, whatever made you think a thing like that, Johnny?
Are you kidding?
Are you?
You said you weren't when I talked to you about an hour ago.
Oh, gee. I might have known this would happen sooner or later. So many girls on the string you can't even keep track
Betty.
of. You talk to one, probably even propose to her, and then you lose track of which one it was.
Are you trying to tell me you didn't call me on the phone an hour and a half ago?
You trying to
about
tell me?
Some insurance matter, some emergency?
Johnny, you're kidding.
You had to see me right away, that you'd call me back about where to meet you?
You're serious, aren't you, hon?
I'm dead serious. So let's cut out all this nonsense and...
But I didn't call you.
You're sure of that?
Well, sure I am. The last time I talked to you was day before... What's this all about, dear?
Honey, I'm sorry, I gotta hang up.
Johnny, is something wrong?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I'll call you later.
What, dear? What is it?
I wish to heaven I knew.
Pepsi-Cola refreshes without filling. Why? Because it's truly light.
Charlie, you're forgetting something.
Wait, Kay, there's more. Yes, ice-cold Pepsi is the delicious refreshment that goes great at a picnic or a party.
But, Charlie...
And Pepsi goes fast. People like it, so keep plenty handy. There.
Oh, you did fine, except for one thing.
Well, I mentioned lightness and how Pepsi refreshes and how fast it goes.
You left out Pepsi sociability. You know the Be Sociable song.
But, Kay, I can't sing.
I can. Listen.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair and debonair. Be sociable, have a Pepsi.
Well, at least I can say this. Pick up an extra carton of Pepsi today.
Please do.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Mystery Gal matter.
Expense account item 1, $1.15 for a taxi to Fred Melchior's office at Continental Insurance and Trust. I didn't bother phoning ahead to tell him why I was so late in responding to his call for help. I found him literally pacing the floor.
Oh, Johnny, thank goodness.
Yeah, hiya, Fritz.
Only I didn't expect you in here so soon. Sit down. Is everything all right?
So soon, did you say?
What?
And here I was, all set to apologize for not having got here when I was supposed to, nearly 2 hours ago.
Well, as long as you called me back and asked if you might go right on over.
I called you back?
Why, yes, of course. And I agreed with you it was best not to waste time coming here for the facts on the case.
No, wait a minute, Fritz.
So I told you all about it. Though I still think it shouldn't have been gone into on the telephone.
Tell me about what?
But since time was so important, and since you're going out there right away, Johnny, What did you say?
I didn't, but I will. Now listen to me, Fritz. There's something very screwy going on around here.
Oh? What do you mean?
You called me on the phone about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours ago.
Yes,
you
that's
asked me if I'd come on over here and see you.
Yes. Now, you said you were still in bed, but that as soon as you could get shaved and dressed and a cup of coffee, you'd come on over here.
Okay, so far so good. And then?
Well, naturally, I waited for you.
Yeah?
But then after half or 3/4 of an hour when you didn't show up, oh, and believe me, this matter is so urgent, so pressing, so important.
Matter? No, wait, let's not go into that just yet. So what happened when I didn't appear?
I decided I'd better call you again, but I didn't have a chance.
Why not?
Why not? Well, you know why not. Because you called me back.
I did, huh?
Well, yes. And as I reminded you a moment ago, you suggested that instead of wasting time coming here to the office...
Only Fritz.
Yes?
I didn't call you back.
Now, why do you say a thing like that? Of course you... Didn't?
No.
But Johnny...
But it's pretty obvious somebody did.
Oh, but I'm
Yeah,
sure...
somebody who tried to make you think it was me, who must have succeeded pretty well.
But that's Johnny, I hope you're not joking.
I am not.
Because I am certain, absolutely certain. I mean, well, how could I mistake your voice after all these years?
It looks like you did, though, doesn't it?
Well, then, who was it that called me and told me it was you and asked me for all the details on this case that I want you to handle for us?
Brother, I wish I knew.
And then when I told him where to go and whom to see, he agreed to get on it right away. And I, thinking it was you, oh, no. No. Oh, good heavens.
Now what?
Well, this all means that you haven't been out there to see him. Our client, I mean, out on East Maple Drive.
Who, Fritz?
Oh, good heavens, Johnny. Oh, if we're too late. Well, come on, we've got to get out there and see him. Yes, right away.
Yeah, sure, anything you say. But first, would you mind telling me who this client is and what's bothering him?
No time, Johnny, no time. No, you just come along, and I'll tell you all about it on the way. I hope you don't mind my driving so fast, Johnny, but time, time is of the essence.
Time for what, Fritz? Now, why don't you just start from the beginning?
Yes, I will. Now, when I called and I talked to you the first time...
The only time, Fritz.
Oh, all right, yes. It must have been somebody else who knew I'd called you before, who found out from me that... Well, now listen.
I'm listening.
Anyhow, when I talked to you... I told you I'd had a call from one of our clients.
Yeah, only you didn't say who.
Now, the call was from Mr. John Marshall Sawyer out there on East Maple Drive.
Sawyer, the attorney?
Yes, retired.
Lives right across the street from a very good friend of mine.
I don't know about that. I don't care. The point is that Mr. Sawyer, before he retired and came up here to live...
Yeah, sure, the DA's office down in New York.
That's right.
Probably sent more hoodlums up the river than anybody else in the big town's history.
Exactly. Including Andy Rinaldi.
Andy the actor.
That's right. Confidence man and suspected killer.
Yeah, I had a hand in that case myself.
I know.
Andy the actor was a character right out of the old pulp magazine.
Yes.
And he was so clever at disguise, it's no wonder the police took so long to catch up with him.
Yes. Now,
hey,
Johnny,
one time he did such a perfect imitation of some big financier, looks, voice, everything, that one of the big banks handed him nearly $250,000 in cash and... Wait a minute. You thought that I had called you back? Huh?
Yes, Johnny, yes. And Andy Rinaldi got out of prison only a few days ago.
So that's who it was. So Mr. Sawyer thinks he may come here and try to get even with him.
Andy disappeared, contrary to all the parole regulations and so on. But being such an actor, such a master of disguise, well, I suppose he figures he can make it just as difficult for the authorities to track him down as he did some years ago.
And he's probably right. Oh, a con like that ought to be kept in the clink forever.
Oh, of course, he's been reported here and there. Half a dozen innocent people have been picked up, all over. Why, as far west as Los Angeles.
He's too smart to travel far. The longer the trail, usually, the easier it is to pick up.
The point is, Mr. Sawyer was awakened last night by somebody prowling around outside his home, apparently just casing it.
Well, it could have been a common burglar.
He thinks it must have been Andy the actor.
Did he notify the police?
No, he wants you on the job. You know Andy, and you're on to some of his tricks.
Well, maybe some of them.
What's more, Andy may have reason to feel the same way about you as he does about Mr. Sawyer.
That phone call to you pretending to be me. Somehow he must have found out you'd call me.
But how, Johnny?
But that girl who called me.
Girl? Who?
A perfect imitation of Betty Lewis.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Hey, Fritz, you better step on it.
You say a girl called
Yeah,
you?
to stall me off. It had to be. To maybe keep you away just long enough for him to get out here. Come on, faster, Fritz.
Anything you say, but listen, Johnny. The point is that if Andy comes around again
The point
tonight...
is that he may have decided not to wait until tonight.
What?
Come on, let me take the wheel, Fritz. We gotta make time. We made time, all right. But all along the way, I kept reminding myself that if those phony calls had been meant to delay me, they couldn't have hoped to keep me away for long. In other words, Andy the actor was ready to take care of Mr. Sawyer right now. I hoped and prayed we wouldn't be too late. Sawyer was an old man, hardly a match for a killer.
All right, now. Now, here we are. And now look, Johnny. The front door of his house is wide open. Now, that isn't right.
Come on, Fritz. Don't waste time talking about it.
Oh, no. We're too late.
Fritz, flat against the wall. Stay flat against the wall.
No. Look.
What?
The body. Fallen there in the doorway.
Yeah. Yeah.
A real cigarette. Have a Camel. Have a Camel cigarette. Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel. Have a Camel cigarette. Best tobacco makes the best smoke. Have a Camel cigarette. Best tobacco makes the best smoke. Have a Camel cigarette.
If you're smoking more these days, but enjoying it less, change to Camels. The Camel blend of caustic tobaccos has never been equaled for real smoking satisfaction. Have a real cigarette.
Have a Camel.
Start to really enjoy smoking again.
Now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
It was not the body of Mr. Sawyer lying there in the doorway of his home. But then it was Sawyer who slowly stepped out onto the porch where Fritz and I were still flat against the wall. He stood there quietly for a brief moment, then handed the still-smoking .38 to me.
Here, Johnny.
Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Sawyer. Only one shot?
The first one you heard was from his gun. I'm sorry about this, about killing a man, but I'm afraid he gave me no choice.
It's Andy the actor, all right, Johnny.
Yeah.
Look, here, these false sideburns, the mustache.
Is he still alive, Fritz?
Yes, he's still alive.
Thank you.
Then you better call an ambulance and the police.
Yes, sure.
Well, Mr. Sawyer? Hey, and you know something? You may have saved my life, too. I followed the ambulance into the hospital in the hope Andy the actor would come too. There were some things I wanted to ask him about the girl, the actress, who'd call me on the phone to hold me at my apartment until he could carry out his plan against Mr. Sawyer. But Rinaldi stayed unconscious, so I took a cab back to my place. That's item 3, $1.50. As I walked up to the door, a man from the phone company came around the side of the building.
Hey, excuse me, aren't you Mr. Johnny Dollar?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I've been hoping you'd come home. You want to check your phone for me now?
Oh, something the matter with my phone?
Oh, there sure was.
Oh?
Yeah, somebody put a tap on that line of yours. You wouldn't have any way of knowing it, but
So that's
we
it.
have ways of knowing down at the phone company.
Yeah, so that's how Andy and the girl, whoever she is, got to know our voices.
Yeah, a lot of people think they can get away with tapping a phone line,
Yeah,
but
sure.
believe me, Mr. Dollar, they can't get away with it for long. They took off the line in the basement. Do you have any idea who might have done it?
Yeah, and no.
What?
Well, Andy the actor, for one.
What's
But
that?
who the girl is?
Hey, Mr. Dollar, what are you talking about?
Oh, nothing you need to worry about.
Oh, sure, whatever you say. But now if you'll go inside and dial somebody and see if you get them okay. You see, I got a handset still hooked up to it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, and the cops have already been notified, so if they come around asking questions...
Okay, thanks.
Hello?
Okay, fella, you can get off this line. It's all right now.
Yeah, sure.
What? Is that you, Johnny?
Yeah, Betty.
Oh, thank goodness.
Now listen, tell me one thing.
No, you listen, Johnny. Can you come out here to my house right away?
Betty, listen to me. Night before last, we went to the movies.
I know, but Johnny...
We got there in the middle of the picture.
I know.
What part of the picture?
What?
If it was you with me, you know what part of the picture.
Well, it was right when Jimmy Stewart walked up to the front of the courtroom to the judge.
Okay, you're you, all right.
Oh, Johnny, I haven't the least idea what this is all about, but can you come out here and see me right away? I've got a surprise for you, and honest, honey, it's a really important one.
Betty.
I mean, she's a really important one.
She?
Yes, dear.
Well, you don't mean to say that you... I'm on my way.
Hi, dear. Come on into the house.
Now listen, Betty, if this is some kind of a
Honest
gag...
engine, honey, cross my heart, but listen.
Yeah?
I came home from the office early.
Uh-huh.
I had to walk the last couple of blocks because I ran out of gas.
Yeah?
All of a sudden, you and somebody else came charging up in a car to that house across the street.
You were here
where
then?
that nice old Mr. Sawyer.
You were right here?
Yes, but I suddenly got too busy to call at you or anything. You see, I was just letting myself in through the back door.
Okay, now, this surprise you
You
talked
see,
about.
I'd forgotten my key to the front door, so I had to sneak in the back one. I always leave that key under the mat.
Honey, will you get to the point?
But the key wasn't there. And the back door was already open.
Oh, go on.
I started in quietly, and then I heard a couple of shots over there at Mr. Sawyer's house.
Yeah?
And Johnny.
Yeah.
There in my living room, standing behind the drapes of the front window and with a gun in her hand, was this girl.
The girl.
Standing there watching across the street so intently that she didn't hear me come in. She started aiming the gun over at you and that man who was with you and Mr. Sawyer who'd come to the door.
Yeah, well, listen, look,
so
let's go
I sneaked
inside
up behind her and... Well, I'm afraid I kind of ruined one of my nicest vases on her head.
And you've got her? You've got her inside?
All tied up with all the clothesline I could find.
Oh, honey, I love you dearly. Where is she?
Here. Right here in the living room.
Oh, great. What a girl you... Holy, you must have really clouded her.
Well, I did. But when she came to and started talking, well, honey, this burglar, or whatever she is, well, she started talking her head off, trying to tell me I didn't understand.
Well, how could she with that gag?
And you know something? She sounded so much like me, and I got so tired of listening to that voice. Well, that's the reason I put that gag in her mouth. Well, are you proud of me? Don't you agree? She must have had something to do with it. Oh, Johnny.
You know something? I love you, gal.
Oh, no, that's what I like to do. Oh, honey. Why don't you and I just...
And you preach to me about getting mixed up with people like this? Had any sense, I'd turn you over my knee and I'd... Yeah, rascal.
This is much more fun, isn't it? Mwah.
What a gal. And maybe someday... Yeah. Expense account total including... That's funny. Something or someone seems to have somehow diverted my attention for the moment from anything as trivial as an expense account. Trivial? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Hi. Maybe you'll recall this tuneful reminder of times past. This is Dennis James with something else worth remembering. It's this. You're so right to stay regular with Kellogg's All-Bran. See, it's the normal, natural way to youthful regularity. The whole brand content of Kellogg's All-Bran supplies your system with all the bulk-forming food that you need every day. There's only one All-Bran. It's Kellogg's All-Bran. So relieve irregularity from lack of bulk, as millions do, with a bowl full of Kellogg's All-Bran each morning. ALL-BRAN. It's Kellogg's All-Bran.
Now here's our star to tell you about next week's program.
Next week, I'll tell you about the biggest deception that was ever pulled. By me. So join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Jerry Hausner, Harley Bear, and Peter Leeds. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking. Suspense is next on the CBS Radio Network.
You know, Dooley, I've been reading up on hypnosis. Come here and let me try it on you. I'm an officer of the law and don't approve of making a man divulge his secrets. However, I'll stand by in case there's criminology involved. I just want to clear up some of his problems, Officer Suggs. But I haven't got any problems. I'm the soul of contentment. Maybe that's your trouble. You're too contented. Lie down, Dooley. You're going to sleep. I feel so good. He's under my influence. Now, little tyke, get up. Go straight to the beer of your choice. Astounding. He's heading for Utica Club. 'Cause Utica Club will still take the trouble to age beer the natural way. Utica Club, you see. He's got no problem. He's a happy, well-adjusted beer mug. Brewed by the West End Brewing Company of Utica, New York.
Radio 59, WROW, Albany, New York.
The Columbia Broadcasting System presents Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. The next half hour has its baggage packed to take a trip with America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, Johnny Dollar. At insurance investigation, he is just an expert. At making out his expense account, he is an absolute genius.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, American Continental Life Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of my expenditures fulfilling your assignment as a bodyguard, the body being that of your late policyholder, Robert W. Perry. Expense account item 1. Fare on night train Hartford to New York, $3.80. Expense account item 2. $1.80 taxi to Lower Manhattan the following morning. To officers Perry and Van Bruten, importers, arriving as promised at exactly 9 a.m.
Help you?
Yeah, my name is Johnny Dollar. I have an appointment with Mr. Perry for 9 o'clock.
Oh, yes, from the insurance company. Well, you're right on time.
Yeah, they told me I'd better be.
Mr. Perry just came in. He's alone and waiting for you. I'll buzz him that you're here.
Thanks. What was left of your policyholder, Mr. Perry, was just sliding out of his swivel chair as I hit the room. The top of his desk had erupted, and splinters of mahogany pointed their sharp fingers upward through lazy circles of smoke swirling toward the ceiling. The buzzer from his secretary's desk had been rigged to a booby trap.
Oh, no, Mr. Perry.
Stay away from him. There's nothing you can do for him. He's dead.
Oh, what happened? What happened? Whatever happened?
Come on, let's get back out of here. Here you are now. Sit down. I'll get you a drink of water. There you are. Just drink this.
What happened?
We had an explosion. I turned in an alarm. Is anybody hurt? There's a doctor on the third floor. Should I call him?
Never mind the doctor. Call the police. And nobody gets in here until they arrive. And the rest of you, go on, beat it. Run along. And turn off that alarm. Okay, miss. Now, just take it easy.
But it was all so sudden. What happened?
Well, that's not too hard to figure out.
Somebody wanted to give your boss, Mr. Perry, a shortcut through life. So whoever it was figured out that his secretary would never buzz her boss unless he was at his desk. They rigged up a bomb somewhere in his desk that would go off when you buzzed him.
And I killed him.
Now, wait a minute. Don't get hysterical on me. There's excitement enough around here, and there'll be plenty more when the police get here. Keep cool.
But I did it. You saw me do it.
Look, the way you put it, I killed him by coming in here and giving you my name so you'd buzz him. Drop it, will you?
I'm sorry.
Now, what about yesterday? Was he here?
Yes, all day.
What time was it when you last used the buzzer?
Wait, right up to the last minute, about 5:30.
Who left the office first, you or Perry?
Mr. Perry, he always leaves first, and I lock up.
Looks of things, you should have used more locks last night. Somebody got in here to do some wiring. Uh-oh, I forgot that fire alarm. All that equipment and no fire. Look, before the police arrive, do you know why I was sent here?
Yes. Mr. Perry recently felt that his life was in danger. He thought that, well, with a $100,000 policy, the insurance company would do everything they could to help keep him alive.
Well, we didn't have much of a chance, did we? What was he afraid of?
I don't know.
Okay. What were his other appointments for today?
He's only had 2. His partner, Mr. Van Bruten, at 11, and then...
One at a time now. Van Bruten. Anything special about their meeting?
Yes. Mr. Van Bruten arrived just yesterday from Holland.
You mean there was a branch of this firm in Holland?
Yes, and Mr. Perry was buying out Van Bruten's interest. They had their final meeting at Van Bruten's hotel last night.
Oh?
And Van Bruten was coming by this morning to pick up his money.
Cash?
No, a cashier's check. The bank is to deliver it here at 10:30.
Now, quick. Perry's other appointment. Who was that?
Christine, his wife.
Oh, yeah. Now Christine, the beneficiary.
Yes, but she wouldn't have been the beneficiary in another 2 weeks. They were getting a divorce.
Thanks for the motive. You don't like her?
I didn't mean it that way.
How about Perry? Did you like him? Okay, well, here's an easy one. What's your name?
Susan Gates. Now, isn't that about enough?
Okay, Susan, you'd better save your voice. During the next few hours, you're going to have a lot of talking to do. Oh, here come the firemen, and we haven't even got a child to ask them to save.
Where's the fire? I'm looking for a fire.
Just stick around. When the cops get here, somebody will get burned. The firemen should have stuck around because the cops arrived in a blaze of glory. It was a very high-class investigation. 2 lieutenants. Finally, after about an hour, the police photographer ran out of flash bulbs, the office of the deceased ran out of fingerprints, and the lieutenants ran out of questions. So the on-the-scene phase of the investigation was closed. At about 5 minutes of 11, I left the police to pack up their notebooks, their clues, and the body, and went into the outer office. Susan looked like she could use a big, broad shoulder to weep on, but unfortunately, I was wearing my light gray suit. About then, a dark blue suit and a deep green voice entered the room from the corridor.
Say, there's some feller out here says he belongs here. His name is Van Bruten. Shall I let him in?
Oh, what do you think? His name is on the door you just opened.
Oh, indeed, now. Well, my name happens to be Murphy, and it's on beds all over the country. But that don't mean I'm stuffed with feathers, does it?
This'll teach you, Johnny Dollar, never to cross tongues with an Irishman. Okay, send him in, officer.
All right, you can come in.
The policeman out there. Is there trouble here? Oh, I am Bremer Van Bruten. Where's Mr. Perry?
What?
He's waiting for me, no?
No.
But my appointment...
He's not keeping any. He's dead.
Dead? This is impossible. Last night I saw him. He was well. What happened?
He was hit by a buzz bomb.
A buzz bomb?
Please.
Oh, sorry. I forgot other people aren't used to these things.
You mean that was foul play?
Very foul.
Please, may I sit down? My first visit in all these years, since before the war. It was to be so happy. Now, tragedy like this. He was a good man, a good partner.
I understand that as of last night, you were no longer partners.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. I realize, of course, that it is indelicate to speak of such things as money at a time like this. Now, that is why I'm here, to receive my payment.
Oh, just because Perry got his, there's no reason for you not getting yours, huh?
But you misunderstand me. I am deeply grieved. Since the transaction was consummated, what is there to do? A delay would be a needless waste of money. I have already paid for passage back to Amsterdam tomorrow.
Your check is here, Mr. Van Bruten. Here you are.
Thank you. In all my years of business, This is indeed the saddest moment.
Yeah. Yeah, those are very kind words, Van Bruten, and I'd believe them if your eyes would stop counting all the zeros on that check. Expense account, item 3, 90 cents. Phone call to your company.
American Continental Life Insurance Company, good morning.
Oh, well, that's a matter of opinion. This is Johnny Dollar. Put me through to Mr. Gordon, will you?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gordon's office.
Look, honey, this is Johnny Dollar. I want to speak to Gordon. Oh, and while I'm telling him what I've got to tell him, maybe you'd better sit in his lap with some smelling salts.
I'm not that type of a secretary. And besides, he doesn't have a lap.
Hello, Dollar. How are you making out?
I owed about $100,000.
What's that?
Yeah, somebody turned Mr. Perry into a firecracker. He's dead.
Oh, that's bad news. It's a big policy, you know.
Yeah. Look, what I want to know is, shall I stay on the case?
Oh, certainly, Dollar. Certainly, by all means. By the way, is there a chance of proving suicide? There's a non-payment clause.
To make this one a suicide, there'd have to be a Santa Claus. Nobody could hate himself enough to do it this way.
Well, what are the fraud possibilities?
Only fair. There's an estranged wife. She's the beneficiary, but she wouldn't have been in a couple of weeks. Divorce coming up. I'll start with her.
All right, Dollar. Good luck. But watch those expenses.
Why, Gordon, I'm surprised. I think an insurance man would be the first to want to see a fellow live a little. Expense account, item 3. Cab fare, $2.80. Tip to driver, $1. Christine Perry's apartment was on Sutton Place, overlooking the river. And from what the doorman told me, all of the proprieties. I took the elevator up to the 24th floor, and there I discovered that our garden fresh widow was living high in more ways than one. Everything about the place was French. The maid that led me into the living room, the decor, and the perfume, which reminded you that breathing can be fun. I looked up from enjoying my nose to see Mrs. Perry looking down hers.
Mr. Dollar?
Oh, Mrs. Perry.
I believe we can dispense with any getting acquainted. You're an insurance investigator, interested in the death of my husband. So naturally, you're here because you've jumped to the conclusion that I killed him.
Oh? You're the one that's jumping to conclusions, lady.
Then what do you want? The policy's in order. The premiums are fully paid.
I'm not quite sure. I know that you've got a great motive. So far, the only motive I've found.
You haven't had much time to look, have you?
Check. This is my first stop. Maybe you can help me. Do you know anyone who would be happier with your husband out of the way?
I know very little about my husband's friends, or for that matter, his activities for the past 6 months. That's when I left him.
Uh-huh. Well, that's not much help for either of us. Well, without someone else to suspect, I may just have to concentrate on you.
Mr. Dollar, I picked the men I want to concentrate on me.
Well, I hope you're as long on alibis as you are short on your temper. Where were you last night?
With a friend, Al Donovan. For a while, the same place my husband was. And I've witnesses to prove who was with him. Anybody at the Club Caprice can tell you.
Well, save me a trip. I can't afford the prices they get there.
Certainly, pleasure. My husband was with his beautiful little secretary, Susan Gates.
Well, I wouldn't be more surprised if your late husband walked through the door and said that...
All right, mister, that's enough.
Al!
Yeah.
How much did you
I'm
hear?
a big guy, baby, 6'4", and I've got big ears to make.
Al, please!
Would this be Mr. Donovan, your companion of last evening?
I'm getting you out of here, Christine.
Al, you don't know what you're saying!
You lie to me. How can I help you if you lie to me? You call me stupid. The way you're playing this, you'll alibi yourself right into a cell. I'm getting you out of here.
What are you doing to me, Al? You're crazy.
Come on.
She's right. You are stupid, Donovan. She was doing just fine till you dropped in.
Mister, you've been asking a lot of questions. Now I'll give you one answer. All right, Christine. So much for the wise guy. Now about you and your alibi. You wasn't with me at the Club Caprice last night, and if it's so easy to prove your husband was there with his secretary, who were you there with? You told me you were going with your husband, talking divorce, remember?
When Al measured me for that swing, I measured my chances with him. To me, he looked like one of the corporate assets of Murder Incorporated. So I rolled with a punch, hit the floor, and stayed there, with my eyes closed and my ears opened. What I heard was Christine's alibi flying out the window, Mr. Donovan giving her a few loving cuffs, and finally the pair of them flying out the door. I allowed myself the luxury of a 20-second massage on the new lump on my jaw, and then I got up and started out after them. This case was becoming interesting.
In just a moment, we'll return to the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. But first, this important message. $60 million is what the Red Cross needs to carry on its great work in 1949. If this seems like a lot, just try to review briefly the various activities of the Red Cross. It can't be done briefly. Red Cross services extend into every area of our lives, bringing care, comfort, and recreation to the men of the armed forces, bringing first aid training, nutritional programs, nursing services, blood banks to our own communities. And all the time, as these activities go on uninterrupted, the Red Cross is holding itself ready to spring into instant action in case of disaster. Fire, flood, explosion, any sort of catastrophe finds the Red Cross on the scene with food, clothing, and medical care. $60 million isn't so much in the light of such activity. We can make it with each of us contributing. We're giving to our own safety, security, and peace of mind, and to our neighbors, too. So let's give generously to our own Red Cross. And now back to the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
I hit the street just in time to see Donovan pushing Christine Perry into a cream-colored convertible. When they got rolling, I piled into a cab and followed them, and the chase was on. At 57th and Broadway, things got complicated. My cab was 3 cars behind theirs when a red light flashed them to a stop. Then the door of their convertible flew open. Christine jumped out, dashed across the street, and down into the subway. Since Donovan didn't follow her, I followed him. When he finally pulled to a stop, he took 2 chances. He parked in a no-parking zone and walked straight into the building beside it, a police station.
This is Mr. Dollar, Lieutenant. He's been waiting for you for some time.
Huh? Well, you can wait outside, Sergeant.
Okay, sir.
My name is Johnny Dollar, Lieutenant. Here are my credentials.
Insurance, huh?
Yeah, the Perry murder in particular.
Hey, you've come to the right place, Dollar. A man named Donovan just walked in here and made a full confession.
He what?
That's right. My clerk's just typing it up. In the meantime, the gentleman is down in the tank having a bite of lunch on the city.
He confessed. Does his story add up?
As far as I know. I haven't heard too much about the case myself. It's not in my precinct.
What did he use for a motive?
Jealousy. Says he's in love. Wanted to marry Perry's wife.
Did he say how he managed it?
Yeah. He stole a key to the office from the wife's apartment, entered the building last night, and wired a bomb to the buzzer system.
Uh-huh. Well, guys do a lot of strange things in the name of love.
Yeah, looks like Donovan did.
Yeah. He either killed a man, or he's trying to cover up for someone who did. Now, listen, don't execute him for a couple of days. How, Lieutenant? I spent the rest of the afternoon downtown in the offices of Perry and Van Bruten, importers. The partners' correspondents told me 2 things. They had been extremely friendly, and Van Bruten was extremely bald. Perry had been sending him toupees from a famous Hollywood makeup firm. At 4:30, I opened the drawer marked Employment Files. They rocked me with 2 minor explosions of their own. The folder marked Donovan Albert J. told me that he'd been employed as Perry's bodyguard over a period of years and that he was canned the day before the murder. Before I received blast number 2 from the folder of Perry's secretary, Susan Gates, the office door opened behind me.
Well, Mr. Dollar, you're supplied with a search warrant, I hope?
Just the one I was born with, Mrs. Perry. The kind they say kills cats. You know, curiosity.
What are you looking for?
I found it. How about you? What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm tired of dueling with you. I'm here because I want to... Well, I've got to talk to someone. I called your hotel. You went there. I tried to locate Susan, but I couldn't, so I thought maybe you'd be down here.
What's the basis of our sudden friendship?
You should know. Al Donovan's confession.
The newspapers have it already?
Yes, but there's not a word of truth in it. He didn't kill my husband.
How do you know that?
Because... Well, it's impossible, that's all.
Yeah, it was a little hard for me to swallow, too, when the police told me about it. But since then, it's become a little more digestible.
What do you mean?
I just learned that he was your husband's bodyguard. He was fired yesterday. That same day, your husband calls his insurance company screaming for another bodyguard. Now, how would that add up for you? A beef, maybe?
Al Donovan's a fool. Never thinks. He just rushes in and says he does whatever's on his mind. He told my husband if he didn't divorce me that... Well, he threatened him.
You know, you came in here saying that Donovan's confession was no good, and you spend your time making it sound better and better. What do you want, anyway?
I can't help it. I've got to tell you the truth. I know it doesn't sound like I'm trying to help Al, but what can I do?
You really want me to answer that? Here. If you want to help Al, phone the police. Tell them Donovan made that phony confession to cover up for you. It's simple.
Not as simple as that.
You don't need the gun, Christine.
Hang up the phone.
Sure.
I hope you don't mind my aversion to being held for murder myself.
Well, that's a common aversion. I'm in no hurry to see you behind bars. But don't forget, when the cops want to pick you up, they'll do it. Now, don't spoil the rest of the afternoon. Take that gun someplace else. I've got things to do.
The first, I imagine, will be the call that I wouldn't make.
Not necessarily. If it'll make you feel any better, we'll just put this phone out of order. Satisfied?
Of course not. But don't get me wrong, Mr. Dollar. I wish you nothing but success in your investigation.
I puzzled over that exit line for a few seconds after she'd gone, and then I went back to the company's employment file, namely the application for employment as secretary of Susan Gates. It informed me that during the war she had worked in a munitions plant. Her specialty, wiring bomb fuses. When Miss Susan Gates reached home at 8:30 that evening, she found a visitor, me.
Oh! How did you get in here?
A professional secret.
Oh, you scared me. What do you want? Why did you come here?
I wanted to bring you the good news. I heard on the radio that Al Donovan confessed to Perry's murder.
Al! I can't believe it.
Why not? Who do you like for the spot?
Why, Christine. Al is covering up for her.
I'd like to agree with you. If it turns out that Christine wound up her husband's life with a bang, the company that hired me saves $100,000. But I don't know. She claims she has all kinds of alibis. One of them is you.
Me?
Yeah. Did you see her at the Club Caprice last night?
Why, yes.
I know who you were with. Your boss.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I'm not preaching a sermon. I want to know who she was with.
I don't know. A man I'd never seen before. Mr. Perry knew him, but he wouldn't tell me who he was.
Why not?
I don't know. He said I might get the wrong idea.
About what?
I don't know. We didn't sit there and talk about it all night. Why should we sit here and talk about it all night?
All right, all right. When a census taker shows up and asks a lot of questions, people answer them. When an investigator tries to do his job, they make the proverbial clam look like a blabbermouth.
Look, Mr. Della, believe me, this has been a greater shock to me than to anyone else.
Excepting, of course, your late employer, Mr. Perry. How long did you work for him?
4 years.
And where'd you work before then?
Why, I... Oh.
Let me help you. Bombs, wiring fuses. Remember?
All right, I remember.
Good. Then maybe you'll remember a little bit more. Let's go back to last night. The guy with Christine Perry. Who was he?
I tell you, I don't know.
Was it Van Bruten?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I mean...
I'll get that.
No, I'll go.
You make sure you just don't keep going. Susan! When Susan snapped the spring lock to open the door, the gun outside opened up. The first slug caught her in the left shoulder, spinning her out of the way of the rest of them. It was getting monotonous. Every time a buzzer went off, things started booming. Susan was sprawled out on the floor in front of the door, and to open it, I had to move her. By the time I did, the hallway outside was empty. Okay, come on, take it easy. It won't start hurting for a couple of minutes. We'll have a doctor here by then. He'll give you something. Just try and keep calm. Here, I'll throw my coat over you. Now, try not to move.
Oh. Trying to ruin this rug.
Never mind the rug. What we want to worry about is who tried to ruin you.
What'll they do to me?
What will who do to you?
They'll arrest me.
No, they don't arrest people for getting shot. You have any idea who it was?
That man in the office this morning. The one who picked up the check.
Van Bruten?
No, he wasn't Van Bruten.
He was a phony.
Yes.
And you still gave him that check?
Yes.
Well, I won't ask you why. But apparently you gave him the money and then tried to blackmail him. Is that right?
They'll arrest me.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Who is this guy? Where can I find him?
Oh,
Come on, now, don't pass out on me now. His name, quick.
Van Sant.
Where's he live?
Nelson Hotel.
Under his own name?
Oh, I don't.
I don't blame you. I could use a few moments of unconsciousness myself. The Nelson Hotel didn't have a Dutch name on the register, so I got a hold of the housekeeper and found out how many rooms her staff hadn't been able to make up all day because of Do Not Disturb signs on their doors. I went a-calling at these particular rooms. On the 9th floor, I awakened one old maid. On the 7th, I startled a bunch of poker players who thought they were being raided. On the 5th, I blushed my way out of the bridal suite. And on the 4th, I struck the door of 427. And the jackpot.
Who is there? Don't you see the sign? I do not wish to be disturbed.
Oh, sorry, I must have the wrong room. I started up the hall after the fire axe, but when I got to it, I changed my mind. One of the few things I'd learned about this guy Van Sant was that he loved to murder people through doors, so I decided against trying to chop his down. Then I remembered the way those people came pouring out of those offices earlier in the day when they heard that fire alarm. So I picked up the little red hammer next to the big red fire axe, broke the little glass window, pulled the little brass hook, and set off a big brassy noise. Then I rushed back to 427. Fire! Fire!
Where's the fire?
Right here in my eyes, sweetheart.
Why you come here? You wish you hadn't.
Never mind the dresser. You're through shooting guns for the day. What do you think, Van Sant? You want to try some more?
You cannot make me stay here. The fire, we will all die.
You look good barbecued, but I'll make a deal with you. You talk. And if I like what I hear, I'll show you how to get out of here alive.
How do I know this?
Well, you don't think I'm going to stay here and fry, do you? And if you don't start flapping that tongue in a hurry, I'll probably just tie you to a chair and run. First, where's Van Bruten?
You will find him in the bedroom.
He better be alive. He's out cold. What's the matter with him?
He will be all right. He is on the sedatives.
Where did this identity switch start? You better hurry up. I smell smoke.
I knew Van Bruten in Amsterdam. I knew about the sale of his interest. And I knew that the girl in the office here had never seen Van Bruten. Well, let's go now.
Now, don't get up. I can feel it getting warm in here.
The firefighters. We will be saved.
Now, don't be too sure. They always start at the top floor and work their way down. Come on, I can hear those flames crackling.
You know the rest. Last night, when the transaction was all finished with Perry, I gave to Van Bruten some sedative and his cocoa.
You set up that bomb so Perry'd get it before you showed up to pick up the check.
Yeah, I told you that. Then it happened that girl didn't know I was an imposter. I don't know how.
Well, let me tell you. She's been sending old Van Bruten in there toupees for the last 4 years. Gray ones, my red-headed friend.
Oh, yeah. Let us get out of here, no?
Yeah, out cold. Expense account item 4, $1.40. Night letter informing you that American Continental would have to meet payment of claim to Mrs. Christine Perry, innocent widow of the insured. The only thing she was guilty of was trying to stay on the right side of a hot-tempered boyfriend. She lied about who she was with at the Club Caprice, not to fix herself an alibi, but to keep Al Donovan from learning that she'd been out with another guy. That guy being the real Mr. Van Bruten, who had only taken her out to try to talk her into reconciling with his friend, her husband. Item 5, $60, silver chafing dish. Wedding present for Christine and her new husband, Al Donovan. Well, that was the least she could do for the guy who had confessed to a murder he thought she had committed. Item 6, $8, flowers for Susan Gates, prison hospital. Item 7, fine for turning false alarm, $1,000 and no cents. And that's what I think I'm beginning to get for getting into this racket. No sense. Expense account total, $1,263. Yours, truly, Johnny Dollar.
in just a moment, we'll tell you about next week's Johnny Dollar adventure. But first, this reminder. Just a little earlier tonight on CBS, Jack Benny turned dramatic actor on the Ford Theater. But this Sunday, he'll be back again on his own show with a special treat for the Jack Benny fans. After the last broadcast on which the Ronald Colemans appeared, thousands of letters came in from fans asking that Jack invite Ronnie and Benita back again soon. The Waukegan Wit did, and Ronnie and Benita, by popular demand, returned to the Jack Benny program this Sunday in what should result in one of the most hilarious broadcasts of the year. So be sure to listen to Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Coleman on the Jack Benny Show, which is heard on all CBS stations this Sunday. Listen in again next week when CBS brings you Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, with Charles Russell as Johnny. Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar is written by Paul Dudley and Gil Dowd, with music by Mark Warnow, and is produced and directed by Richard Sanville for CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System. The Columbia Broadcasting System presents Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. The next half hour has its baggage packed to take a trip with America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, Johnny Dollar. At Insurance Investigation, he is just an expert. At making out his expense account, he is an absolute genius.
Expense account, submitted by investigator Johnny Dollar. To Home Office, East Coast Underwriters, Terminal Building, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of my expenditures in the investigation regarding the Paracorp policy for your company. Expense account item 1. Plane fare to Benton, Ohio, $40.04. Item 2, plane fare Benton back to Hartford, $40.04. Explanation, purchase 2 one-way tickets. Because of the type of case I'm usually assigned, I never press my luck by buying round trips. This time I was almost right. Expense account item 3, cab fare airport to Valley Hotel, $2.20. Tip the driver.
Gee, $1.
Naturally.
There'll be steak on the table tonight. Welcome to Warfare City.
Hey, Dorman.
Yes, sir.
What can I do for you, sir? Bring my bag inside, will you? Here.
$1.
Always.
All you need is $1 and a pen.
Yeah, but does that mean you have to have a lot of strange people in the house?
Good evening, sir.
Hello. You have a reservation for Johnny Dollar?
Yes. Mr. Dollar's in his room. He checked in about 8 o'clock.
Huh? Oh, I guess I ain't the man I used to be. What room is he in?
Oh, sorry, sir. I'm not permitted to tell you that. I can phone him.
Oh, no, never mind. Let me have one of those envelopes, will you? I'd like to leave my card for this Mr. Dollar.
Yes, sir. Here you are.
Thanks. Here, just pop this in his box. The clerk popped the envelope into box number 207, and I popped myself into an elevator going up to room 207. I'd come to Benton to investigate a murder, and in just a matter of minutes, I found myself ready to commit one.
Yes? Who is it?
Bellboy, sir. A package from Hartford.
Just a minute. Package for me?
Special delivery.
Oh.
Come on. Get up on your feet.
Now, wait a minute. Take it easy. You must be Johnny Dollar.
Sometimes strangers in a hotel room can be a lot of fun, but not when they're using my name. What's your angle?
Listen, Dollar, I can explain everything.
It better be good, and it better be fast.
I didn't want to be seen waiting for you in the lobby, and it's important that I talk with you before anybody else does. That's why I'm here. I'm Eric Barker.
Oh, the defense attorney in this Paracorp thing, huh? Well, I hope you're better at defending your client than you are at defending yourself.
Whether my client goes to the chair or not, unfortunately, has nothing to do with my being a good lawyer. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
Well, I suppose this is one time when the attorney won't mind relinquishing the floor. Why don't you get up on your feet?
Yeah, thanks. I will. Now, look, I'm no coward, Dollar. But if either one of us is going to get any place on this case, we'll have to work together. Now, I need your help, and I need it badly.
I do a single act, sorry.
Now, don't be hasty. I can help you, too. Just how much do you know about the Parakoff murder?
All I know is it's one of the screwiest cases I've ever run into. All over the country, beneficiaries are knocking off insured people. But not here in Benton. Oh, no, here they tell me the insured man, Harlan Wolf, knocked off his beneficiary and partner, Parakoff. And now I've got the jolly assignment of trying to keep the state from executing the insured man. My employer, East Coast Underwriters, isn't anxious to see $100,000 of their money burn up in the electric chair.
Well, at least we're both stuck with the same tough job.
Now, look, I'll tell you the few things I already know, and you fill it in from there. All I know is that Parakoff was shot to death, and that his business partner, your client, Harlan Wolf, was picked up leaving town and being held for the murder. What have they got against him?
Only what they found on him. That's enough. The murder weapon.
Any witnesses?
One. Parakoff's wife, Marcia, an eyewitness.
A murder weapon and an eyewitness. Well, it seems, at least at first glance anyway, that the state of Ohio will be receiving a large electric bill one day soon. Hey, is there any chance of my seeing Wolf?
No, not before he's indicted.
Great.
Dollar, Harlan Wolf shot Parakoff in self-defense. There was no premeditation. Well, I'm convinced that I could get him off with a second-degree manslaughter verdict if it weren't for the tactics of the prosecution.
What's that?
Well, they not only have intimidated my character witnesses, they've suborned their own to perjury. That's the sort of thing I'm up against.
Well, as the insurance companies keep on saying, never say die. So where can I find the widow Parakoff?
Well, if they aren't holding her in protective custody so nobody can question her, she may be at home. That's 1375 96th Street.
That's a lot of figures. By the way, how's hers? Expense account item 4, cab fare to home of murdered man and the girl he left behind him, $2.40. I shivered all the way out to the suburbs, but not from fear or anticipation. A simple case of summer shorts in red flannel weather. The Parakoff place was obviously the product of a good income and a bad architect. It looked like a great big wedding cake, and Mother Nature had mercifully iced the confection. The front walk was white and untrammeled as if driven snow. As a matter of fact, that's what it was. 3 inches of it, which meant that Marcia hadn't had a visitor in the past couple of hours. I was playing detective, and somebody inside was playing the radio. So, I played Peeping Tom, and loved every second of it. I couldn't see her face, but she had a lovely profile. I hastened to the door. Wow, her hair was red and her eyes were green. Her hair stopped you cold and then her eyes gave you the go signal.
Yes?
Would you mind saving that yes for later?
I beg your pardon?
Well, I've come here to ask your help, and I hope you'll say yes. My name is Johnny Dollar. I've been sent to Benton to investigate the death of your husband.
Well, why? Has this turned into a federal case?
No, I'm from the insurance company.
Oh, come in.
Thanks. Say, where can I put my coat? This snow will melt all over your carpet.
Let it melt. Just throw your coat any place.
Okay.
Good shot. Come on in by the fireplace. It's nice and warm.
I should have brought some chestnuts. I could have followed her with my eyes closed. She headed for the living room, leaving a pathway of perfumed air behind her, and I didn't waste a breath of it. Yeah, that's nice perfume.
Sit down.
Thanks.
Hey, you have good taste. That chair is a genuine antique.
Oh? If you can stand a compliment before we get down to business, you certainly furnish a room.
Oh, most of the things are just reproductions.
Not the things that I'm talking about.
Oh, you mean me?
Uh-huh. Oh, this is a happy surprise. I expected to find someone fatter and 40er.
My husband was. And now, what about his insurance?
Oh, you got me wrong. You see, I'm working for the company that insured the man being held for the murder of your husband, Harlan Wolf.
What do you want from me?
Just a story of what happened.
Oh, that I can't do. The district attorney had a long talk with me about it. I'm not supposed to say anything to anybody about it until the trial.
Well, I'm not asking you for any state secrets. I just want you to save me a trip down to the morgue.
Oh, don't be so brutal.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you were still in mourning. That negligee confused me. Anyway, I meant the newspaper morgue. That's what they call their files. You gave them a story. Why won't you give it to me?
I told you I can't.
Okay. Sorry I wasted your time.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't go.
Well, you aren't exactly cooperating.
Oh, please sit down. I'm going crazy in this house alone all the time. Can't we find something else to talk about?
Sure. Later. First things first.
That makes sense. All right. I don't see how it could be wrong to tell you what's already been in the newspapers, Johnny.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
All right. Well, Harlan Wolf and I were here in this room alone. We were discussing business.
Business?
Business. The Highland Coal Corporation. My husband was its president. Harlan Wolf is the secretary-treasurer, and I'm the vice president.
I can't resist this. But your kind of businesswoman makes this anthracite heart of mine feel very bituminous.
What? I don't get it.
Let it go. So, you and Wolf were sitting here talking about your coal business. Where were you sitting?
Well, I was sitting over there at the desk.
How about Wolf?
Well, he was sitting where you are right now. And then my husband came home.
I no doubt accused you and the secretary-treasurer of putting in too much overtime. Is that it?
Yes. Oh, it was terrible. They fought, and finally Harlan ran over to the couch over there and pulled his gun out of his overcoat pocket and started pulling the trigger.
Who called the police? The neighbors?
No, I did. Well, that's all there is to it.
Well, that's all I wanted to know. That didn't hurt, did it?
No. Now, how about using those big shoulders of yours for throwing a log on the fire?
Sure. I'll go outside and get one.
No, there are logs in here.
Mm-mm. I'd rather go outside and get one that's a little damp. They burn much slower.
Oh. Well, then, while you're at it, get a big one.
I left Marcia gazing into the fire, called a cab, and stepped out into the cold night air to wait for it. I went down the front walk with my mind on what was behind me instead of what lay ahead.
Hey, Dollar!
Out of the white snow loomed two very large blue police uniforms, completely filled.
Get out of this Parakoff mess, Dollar. As a matter of fact, get out of this town.
Why, officer? I'm just beginning to like it here.
Look, this is from the top that makes it official. We've got the guilty man. We don't want any trouble.
Look, you go back to the top and tell them that this is one sure way of getting trouble.
They told us how to answer that one, too.
I did my best. My best to break every one of the Marquis of Queensberry rules. I knew I was fighting a losing fight, but I was fighting for a little time. And that's all I got. A fist never stopped, and my head seemed to feel like a ping-pong ball in a four-handed game. Suddenly, things looked up. Me, flat on my back in the snow, seeing stars. Then a boot came flying toward my head and switched off all the pretty lights.
In just a minute, we'll bring you the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. But first, we want to remind you that next Sunday night, CBS once more will bring you 10 great shows, filled with great stars and complete with comedy, drama, and mystery. Betty Davis will make her first appearance on The Prudential Hour, co-starring with Ray Milland in a gripping story of a woman who has to bridge a lifetime in 3 short hours. Once more, you'll hear those 90 non-stop minutes of mirth with Spike Jones, Jack Benny, and Amos and Andy in succession. There'll be more comedy, more drama following rapidly. The Adventures of Sam Spade, Lum and Abner, Helen Hayes, Eve Arden, Life with Luigi, It Pays to Be Ignorant. Staying tuned to CBS on Sunday nights guarantees you the greatest entertainment on the greatest listening night of all. These programs are regular Sunday night features on most of these same CBS stations. And, of course, Jack Benny comes to you over them all. And now, back to yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Continuing expense account submitted by Johnny Dollar to the Home Office, East Coast Underwriters, Terminal Building, Hartford, Connecticut. Expense account item 5, medical supplies, bonded, $7. Oh, and here's something I'll give you for free. A handy help for your regularly employed insurance investigators. When I find myself overwhelmed in a brawl with unknown assailants, cops included, I do my best to take away more than just bruises and contusions. During my career, I've picked more pockets than a rack boy in a pool room. And I added one more to the score during the brawl in front of the Parakoff house just before I went bye-bye in the snow.
Hey, mister, wake up. Come on, wake up. You'll catch your death of cold. Did you call a cab?
Yeah, I think so.
Holy smokes, your face. Was you robbed?
What's the matter? Isn't it there?
Huh? Here, I'll give you a hand.
Thanks.
Holy smokes, when I first seen you laying there, I thought you was a snowman tipped over. How do you feel, cold?
Forevermore, I shall look kindly upon the haddock in the deep freeze.
Huh? Hey, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a wallet.
Did you lose it?
First I found it, then I lost it. Oh, yeah, here it is. Come on, let's get out of here.
Where to, mister? Police headquarters?
Police headquarters? Over my dead body. Expense account, item 6. Breakfast in bed, $2.40. Expense account, item 7. Photographic work, $6. For taking pictures of contents of wallet I lifted from the police uniform the night before. Expense account, item 8. 70 cents cab fare to office of Edmund Byron, District Attorney.
Sorry to have kept you waiting, Bob. Good heavens, man, your face. Felonious assault?
Yeah. Well, I got a flash for you. Not by person or persons unknown.
Splendid. You wish to prefer charges?
Yeah, you're half right again. But not for felonious assault and not against the guys who gave me this going over last night.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. They were a couple of your harness bulls. I don't want you to waste any time denying it, so forget it.
I don't have the slightest idea what this is all about, Dollar.
I said forget it. I want to talk about something more important. You're holding Harlan Wolf for the Parakoff murder. Now, what I want to know is, when are you going to hand down your indictment and what it's going to be?
First thing in the morning, first-degree murder. Anything else you want to know before I have you thrown out of here?
Yeah. How do I get mixed up in these rhubarbs? Expense account, item 10, 5 cents. A phone call to my partner in despair, Eric Barker, attorney for the defense, who agreed to lend me a set of police photographs of the scene of the crime and the principals involved. Parakoff looked very dead. Marcia looked very frightened. And the accused, Harlan Wolf, looked very fat. The pictures of the scene of the crime indicated that the shooting occurred with Parakoff and Wolf standing face to face, and that all of the bullets had gone banging straight into the right side of Parakoff's body. I set up an appointment to meet Barker at 3 that afternoon, and decided to make the most of the time in between by seeing what kind of a trade I could make on that wallet I'd picked up during the winter sports of the night before. The name in it was Ben Arnold, and the address was disreputable.
I don't want any brushes.
What a coincidence. I'm not selling any.
What do you want?
I'm looking for Ben Arnold.
Who isn't? He promised me he'd be home by now. By this time, I should know better.
Okay, I'll wait.
Outside.
Inside.
Hey, wait a minute. Ben won't like this.
Well, that makes it even. I don't like Ben.
Look, I don't want any trouble.
Okay, then don't make any trouble.
Well, what do you want here anyway?
Oh, let's just say I dropped by for an unfriendly visit.
If Ben finds you here, it'll get real unfriendly. I'm warning you, get out of here. Ain't that face of yours marked up enough?
Well, that mouse hanging under your eye isn't exactly a beauty mark. Ben really spreads his blessings, doesn't he? Hey. Ben really spread one blessing right there close in front of me. It was a small room, about the size of a large closet, with a clothes sprawl high and low, making the whole place look like a collapsed clothesline. And there, hanging on the back of the door, was Ben Arnold's police uniform. My eyes popped out, pushed one of its shiny brass buttons, and rang the bell. There, like little brass love letters on the brass, stood the initials CPD. And CPD were never the initials of the Benton Police Department. Thanks for seeing me so quickly, Barker.
Dollar, you are. Good Lord, what happened to your face?
A couple of police uniforms with overstuffed shoulders did this to me last night.
Oh, there you are. I warned you. We're up against a ruthless bunch. Something should be done about it. Why, using the police force to beat up anybody who stands in their way?
No, Barker. They were wearing uniforms, but they weren't police.
Hey, what? Well, I'm afraid I don't follow you.
Barker, can you give me one good reason for a Benton cop to be wearing an out-of-town uniform? And don't tell me they got mixed up at the cleaners.
Out-of-town uniform?
Yeah. Yeah, and here's another one. If the law enforcement setup here is so rotten, why would they go to all the trouble of dressing up an outsider to do their muscle work?
Well, I don't know.
What I mean is, did they?
Who else would do it? It certainly couldn't have been Marcia.
Well, why not? The policy I'm interested in is the one that Parakoff, as president of that coal company, took out on Wolf's life because of his importance to the company. That kind of policy is taken out every day. But Marcia, as vice president of that coal company, is in line to collect on that policy if Wolf goes to the chair.
But why should Wolf admit to the shooting? He has nothing to gain and his life to lose.
Now, look, Marcia told me that the night of the murder, she and Wolf were alone in the house talking about the coal business. And then she didn't know what I meant when I used the words bituminous and anthracite. Whatever Marcia had in the fire that night with Wolf, it wasn't coal.
No. Well, you're right about that. Marcia and Wolf were having some kind of romance.
Okay. So let's say Marcia shot her husband. Let's say Wolf is madly in love with her. Let's say she promises Wolf that she will testify he shot her husband in self-defense. Marcia gets away with murder, Wolf gets away with a light sentence or none at all, and then Wolf gets away with a girl. That makes sense.
Yeah, but what makes you think this is even possible?
Barker, somebody had me beat up last night. I say the prosecution wouldn't have bothered sending fake cops. So, the question is, who would? There's one thing I've got to check, and check fast.
Well, what's that?
Those police photos you gave me show that Parakoff was shot by a left-handed shooter.
And that's one of the prosecution's strongest points. Wolf was left-handed.
Well, that doesn't prove that Marcia isn't. Barker, I'm going out and see Mrs. Parkman, Mrs. Parakoff. And there's only one thing I really hope.
That she's left-handed?
That she's wearing that same negligee she had on last night. Hello, Marcia. Can I come in?
Why, Johnny, what happened to your face?
Oh, I didn't get down to the beauty parlor today.
You look like you've been fighting.
Uh-huh. Not too well, but wisely.
Well, come on in the other room. And how about throwing another log on the fire?
Say, you're a real little firebug, aren't you? You should have lived back in old Nero's time.
Whose time?
Never mind. I'll tell you what, I'll build the fire if you light it.
Well, I'd love to. Oh, you're getting a dry one from inside. Last night you went all the way outside to get one that would burn for a long time.
Oh, that was last night. You got some paper?
Here's some.
There we are. Okay, hot point. Here's my lighter. Touch it off.
Okay. There, that'll do it. Come on. Sit down over here.
No, over here will do. This chair is a perfect fit for me. Which makes me think maybe the state of Ohio has a chair that's a perfect fit for you.
What are you talking about?
Well, if you want to play games, I'll read you the rules. You know, there's a big advantage in being on my side of investigation. Fellas in my racket have the benefit of a lot of experience. But murderers, well, almost everyone is inexperienced at that business. One moment they aren't murderers, the next moment they are.
Johnny, please.
Now, let's have a look at what's on my side. For instance, from the empty shells thrown off by an automatic pistol, the experts can get a better picture of a murder scene than they can from the witnesses. Your husband was killed by a gun that was held approximately 18 inches away and directly in front of him. And the bullets entered the right half of his body. That means he was killed by someone who shoots left-handed.
Harlan Wolf is left-handed. You can ask him. He'll tell you.
I know that. And so are you. Anybody who lights a cigarette lighter with your left hand is left-handed, which makes you a good candidate.
That doesn't prove anything.
No? No, I guess it doesn't. But this chair I'm sitting in does.
What do you mean?
Last night you told me Wolf was sitting in it when your husband came home. And that statement makes you a liar. Look, I'm trained down to the point where my belt is ready to sue my hips for non-support. And I can just get into this thing. And Wolf's picture shows that he's got a beam like the Queen Mary. He wasn't in this chair, which makes me think he wasn't even in this room when your husband was killed.
All right. So I'm a liar. That doesn't mean I'm a killer.
Marcia, investigators can make a lot of mistakes, but a murderer can only make one. And you've made a big one.
I tell you, I'm no murderer. You've got to believe me, Johnny. I'll tell you everything. You're right. Harlan Wolf wasn't here.
That's enough, Marcia. Shut up.
Eric, what are we going to do? He knows.
You keep quiet.
Well, Barker, for a defense attorney, you're acting mighty offensive.
We'll have to get rid of him, Eric.
Just as soon as we get rid of something else. Dollar, you've only got one thing on me. Ben Arnold's wallet. And I want that. Now.
You're welcome to it, Barker. But it might interest you to know that I've had its picture taken this morning. Your phony policeman's wallet and everything in it. And copies are in the mail right now. The insurance company won't have any trouble connecting you with the comedy cops who beat me up last night.
You're bluffing.
There's something else I've got on you, Barker. This morning, when I was lying in bed, counting the bumps on my head, it suddenly occurred to me that you were the only one who knew where I was going last night. So you must have been the one who had me roughed up. It also does my heart good to see you standing there with that gun in your left hand, which makes you a candidate, too.
Shoot him, Eric.
You're a lawyer, Barker. What's your legal opinion? Are you just an accessory after the fact or before the fact? Or are you the murderer?
What are you waiting for? Shoot him, kill him, I tell you.
Shut up, Marcia. Dollar, stand still.
If you won't, I will. Give me that gun.
Marcia, look out.
When Marcia made a rush to grab the gun from Barker, she got between me and the gun, and I dove in behind her, arms straight out, picked her up, and heaved. Marcia went smashing into Barker, and I went in a frantic treasure hunt through that flailing mass of snorting, angry bodies to find the head that held the gun. Believe me, it was no place for a lady, but Marcia was no lady. I grabbed deep in between them and pushed Barker's gun hand up under the go-round, and just to make sure the rest was strictly a fist fight, jammed my trigger finger in over his and pumped till all the shots went to the ceiling. The way the plaster was falling, it was like another fight in the snow. But this time, Johnny Dollar came up heads instead of tails.
Eric!
Come on, Barker. Up you come. And down you go.
Oh, Eric.
All right, Marcia. All right. When I first met you last night, I asked you please to save a yes for later. I'm going to ask you a few little questions. If I'm right, let's hear it. 1. Did you kill your husband? Okay, 2. Did Eric Barker shoot your husband? Did you kill Harlan Wolf, tell him you did it, and talk him into taking this rap for you?
It was all Eric's idea. He said we'd get rid of my husband and Wolf and...
And collect their insurance. Well, Marcia, there's just one more question. Are you or aren't you going to call the district attorney and invite him over here?
Yes.
Expense account item 11. $12.40. That was lunch for the district attorney, who also turned out to be left-handed. And a very nice guy to boot. We had a lot in common. It was the first case either one of us had ever worked on where the defense had been working harder than the state to bring in a conviction. Also, that it was the first case where everybody on both sides turned out to be guilty. Defense attorney Eric Barker of murder, his girlfriend Marcia Parakoff of being an accessory before and after the fact, and Harlan Wolf of conspiracy to defraud. No wonder the nation's jails are getting overcrowded. Expense account item 12, $700. Side trip to Miami, Florida. Purpose, to recover from catching 40 winks and a miserable cold in Benton, Ohio snowbank.
Hey, Johnny, come on in. The water's fine.
Expense account total, $1,230.20. Signed, yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
heard about a special CBS broadcast this Sunday. You'll find it a story that grips you for a full 60 minutes on the air. A startling drama of a young reporter who finds that his assignment comes too close to home. A revelation of disturbing facts about our mental hospitals based on actual documented reports and 6 months of intensive study and preparation. With Eddie Albert starring as the young reporter, this tale of a mind in the shadow comes to you by popular demand in a repeat performance next Sunday over most of these same CBS stations. Be sure to hear Mind in the Shadow next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Listen in again next week when CBS brings you Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, with Charles Russell as Johnny. Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar is written by Paul Dudley and Gil Dowd, with music by Mark Warno, and is produced and directed by Richard Sanville for CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System. The Columbia Broadcasting System presents Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. The next half hour has its baggage packed to take a trip with America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, Johnny Dollar. At Insurance Investigation, he is just an expert. At making out his expense account, he is an absolute genius.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Oriental West, Cargo Bonding Company, San Francisco. The following is an accounting of my expenditures during my investigation of delayed cargo aboard the SS Shanghai Wayfarer, or the case of the slow boat from China. Expense account, item 1, $181.52. Plane fare from Hartford to San Francisco in answer to your urgent call. Expense account, item 2, $3. Lunch on Fisherman's Wharf in answer to my stomach's urgent call. Item 3, $1.20. Cab fare to your office.
Dollar, my name is Fundy. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you before.
Well, may I say it's a pleasure meeting you. It's a rough trip. I'm glad it's over.
Over? Oh, it's just begun. Here, Dollar. This is your plane ticket to Singapore.
Singapore? Mm-hmm. You know, Fundy, I had a choice.
Really?
To come to San Francisco to see you, or to take a case in Boston. A nice old lady on Beacon Hill clubbed her husband with an early American bed warmer. But no, rather than New England broiled lobster, I'd rather have San Francisco cracked crab. Now, all of a sudden, Singapore. May I ask why?
Yes. We've bonded against a delay, a $120,000 cargo over our tin aboard the Shanghai Wayfarer. The ship was due to sail from Singapore 3 weeks ago. Still out there, tied up in the Tanjong Pagar dock.
What's the delay? Mutinous, mechanical, or just plain mysterious?
I'm afraid it's a little of each. We flew an expediter out there 10 days ago to see what he could do. All the satisfaction we've had from this man, Harrison, is a report that since his arrival, the Wayfarer's main shaft is burned out, her freshwater pumps have fouled up, and her steering machinery has gone on the fritz.
You don't need an insurance investigator. You need a good plumber.
Well, maybe you're right. But anyhow, you'll find our man Harrison, William Harrison, at the Crown Colony Hotel. He'll fill in the details. Dollar, you have only a matter of hours after you hit Singapore to get the Shanghai Wayfarer started on its way. I must impress upon you the fact that any delay after that will cost this company $2,500 a day.
Well, all I can promise is the old college try. Times like this, I wish I'd gone to college. Well, anyway, I'm in the right town to make my last night in the States a good one. A few drinks with the right gal at the top of the mark. A few rare steaks at Alfred's. A few dances to Freddie Martin's music at the St. Francis. A few moments alone in the arms...
Dollar.
Huh?
That sounds mighty good. But your plane leaves in 2 hours.
2 hours? Well, I guess I'll have to do without the drinks, the dinner, and the dancing. Expense account, item 4, $120. Lost in the course of teaching fellow passenger how to play poker. My mother warned me never to play cards with strangers on trains or steamships. I wish she'd included airplanes. You'd implied, Fundy, that the situation smelled. Well, you should have caught a whiff of the city, especially the native sections, through which I had to pass on my way to the Crown Colony Hotel. I found it on Anson Road. I found myself a room. I also found William Harrison's room. Harrison? Hey, Harrison. But I didn't find Harrison. All I found was a calling card from my old friend Trouble. Wherever Harrison was, he didn't want to be, and he left a trail of broken furniture and blood to prove it. I searched the dresser. Shirt size, 14. Socks, 9. That meant Harrison was a small man. I went through the bathroom, shaving brush and toothbrush still wet, indicating that he'd been there not too many hours before I arrived. Then I tried the wastebasket. In addition to one large glob of used chewing gum, an empty cigarette package, and some old Kleenex, I found a swizzle stick with a name on it. The Collier Key Bar. Well, all that meant was that Harrison had a head cold and had been trying to cure it with Singapore slings. But at least I knew where he'd been drinking them. The Collier Key Bar looked out on the harbor. It was dark enough inside to give a man a good excuse for drinking nightcaps at noon.
Your pleasure, sir?
Say, how are you on mixed drinks?
Mixed drinks. Governor, if I don't know how to make 'em, I look 'em up in the book. If they ain't in the book, I fake 'em. Now, what'll it be?
Straight bourbon.
Right, yours, sir.
Oh, hey, bartender.
Yes, sir.
Are you by any chance acquainted with an American named Harrison?
Harrison, sir?
Yeah. He arrived in Singapore about 10 days ago. Small man with a cold in his head.
Oh, Harrison. Sure, I know him right enough. He's been coming in every night with a chief engineer from one of the ships in port.
Oh, yeah? What ship is that?
Well, the Shanghai Wayfarer, I think.
Oh, the Shanghai Wayfarer. What's this engineer's name?
Yeah, now, hold on. I ain't getting him into any trouble, am I? He's a nice chap, he is. A handsome tipper.
This handsome?
My governor, $20 American. Why, compared to you, sir, Mr. Frank Moore is downright tight-fisted. Well, how about that? I done it. I let Mr. Frank Moore's name slip right out. My missus is right. For a little man, I've got a ruddy large mouth.
Expense account, item 5. Rickshaw fare to the Tanjong Pagar docks, 10 cents. Tip to Ponyboy, $1. The ships moored fore and aft of the Shanghai Wayfarer were busy stuffing the pungent treasures of the East into their deep steel pockets. The only sign of life aboard the Shanghai Wayfarer was the right hand of the burly gangway watch. It was holding a knife with a 6-inch blade and slicing thin slivers off a plug that looked more like tar than tobacco. As a gangway watch, he might have been fine. But as a reception committee, he was no Elsa Maxwell.
That's far enough, mate. There's nobody aboard and there's nobody coming aboard.
It's all right with me. All I want's a little information. Where can I find your chief engineer, Frank Moore?
You come to the wrong place. Try the icebox over at the Singapore police. They fished him out of the harbor this morning, stabbed to death.
Oh? Any idea who did it?
They're holding some dame he's been playing around with. No, I don't know her name.
Have they got anything else?
Listen, mate, my job is to guard the ship, not answer questions.
Okay. Have it your way. Well, watch out for pirates. The British chief inspector, Singapore police, gave me everything except an invitation to tea. But unfortunately, he'd never even heard of Harrison. He took me into the morgue, and a look at Frank Moore's body told me nothing I didn't already know. He'd been stabbed, all right, and whoever had killed him had sunk him with a hole-in-one. As for his personal effects, his maritime union card confirmed the fact that he was indeed the chief engineer of the Shanghai Wayfarer. A stack of crisp American $20 bills in his wallet made me wonder whether he hadn't been picking up a little extra pin money for delaying the departure of his ship. And finally, a photograph that made me admire the late Mr. Moore's taste in women. Whoever it was that said, "Never the twain shall meet," should have met her. She was half caste and all woman. Her picture was inscribed to Frank Moore, "Yours forever, Chandra." From the inspector, I learned two more things. One, the fact that the police had already questioned and released her. And two, her business address, the Wardlow Bar on Malay Street.
Hello, Mr. Young. You like a midnight sing-song girl?
No, the only girl I want to hear sing songs is Dinah Shore. Go on, beat it, will you? Oh, hey, wait a minute.
Yes, Stuart?
Where's Chandra?
Oh, she go across to Penang tonight. You buy me drink, mister? We sit right over
Monja, Taguna! Get it!
Oh, Zamonda, hello. I pushed you away home to Shanghai one night in your own coffin.
Complete with stab wounds, no doubt.
Why you say that? Why you ask for Chandra?
I'm a stranger in town. I can't find the local chapter of the Lonely Hearts Club. So, shall we find a quiet table?
I don't know you.
No, but you knew Frank Moore. That gives us something in common.
Over there is one.
Okay. This doesn't sound like a very quiet table to me.
In Singapore, you will learn whispers stand out in the quiet. They disappear in the noise.
I'll bow to the wisdom of the native guide. But who said I had any secrets?
You talk about Frank Moore, so I know if you do not have secrets to give, there must be secrets you like to learn. But I tell the police everything I know, which is nothing.
Oh.
No, you are disappointed in me?
No, not at all. You make good scenery. And I'll bet there's quite a story that goes with you.
Oh, you find me interesting.
I'm a man.
Why do you come to me?
Well, there were two places I could go for what I'm after. And you're much prettier than the SS Shanghai Wayfarer. I'm looking for a lead on a man named Harrison. Your murdered friend Frank Moore knew him, so figures you know him.
You are wrong. I do not know him. I do not even know you.
Oh, well, that's soon fixed. My name is Johnny Dollar.
Your name is nice.
Especially the dollar part, huh?
You are very droll, but I see when you make this joke there is no smile on your face. You are worried about your friend, Mr. Harrison?
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe he was lonely tonight. Maybe he does not want you to find him.
You suddenly make me feel much better. How about a drink?
I never drink before midnight.
All right, then I'll wait. We'll have one then.
All right, Johnny. But we don't have it here. We go to my house. There it is cool on the river. And there it is quiet. So we do not have to whisper.
Midnight must have been invented for Singapore. And her house must have been invented for midnight. Only one thing looked out of place. Up on the wall was a souvenir of Chandra's war effort. A real American baseball bat. A Louisville Slugger. And on it was written, "Remember the U.S. Marines." Everything else in the place was soft. The lights, cushions, and Chandra.
It is nicer to drink here, no?
May I say it's a mite intoxicating without a drink. I wish the boys back in my high school senior class could see me now.
What do you mean?
In the graduation annual, they predicted I'd be a bookkeeper.
Oh, I do not understand you.
And neither did the boys in my senior class.
Johnny, please say things I can understand. I want to know you better.
Maybe if I stop talking altogether, you'll get to know me better.
Johnny.
So I stopped talking, but I didn't stop thinking. When I'd mentioned Harrison to Chandra earlier, she said maybe he was lonely tonight. If she didn't know him or anything about him, I wondered how she knew that he was missing tonight and not for a couple of days, or maybe even longer. Besides, the boyfriends of women like her don't keep secrets. I still assumed that if Frank Moore had known Harrison, Chandra had known Harrison. I also assumed that she'd spited me into her parlor for purposes other than social. And that notion was seconded soon after I had it, when somebody kicked the door open.
There he is, your Johnny Dollar.
The two boys in the door were not from Western Union. And ugly as they were, Chandra left my side to join them, which made me think that maybe my senior class had been right. Looking at that trio's 6 eyes and 2 guns glaring at me, I wished I was a bookkeeper.
In just a moment, we'll return to the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. But first, here it is almost the end of February. All over the country, people are thinking about their new cars. All but one man. And he remains quite content with his old automobile and wearing apparel, an ancient Maxwell and a well-worn toupee. For these reasons, and for several others, named Mary, Dennis, Don, Phil, and Rochester, he now has the #1 comedy show in America. All over the country, people think about him, too, every Sunday night. Hear the Jack Benny Show with Claude Rains as Jack's special guest next Sunday on all these same CBS network stations. And now, back to Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
The men with the guns, described from left to right, were a fat man with 3 chins and a bald dome, and with him, a punk with a sneer and arms that were too long for the rest of him. They gun muzzled me into a chair and started making anything but sense.
Well, Chandra, my dear. We are at last face to face with the mysterious stranger, Johnny Dollar.
Oh, don't kill the suspense and tell me why.
He knows why. He came to the Wardlow bar. He knew about Frank Moore, and he was looking for the other one, Harrison. That is why I phoned you.
Well, it would seem then that this unfortunate chain of events is nearing the final link.
Yeah, this guy uses his head better than Harrison did.
Well, Dollar?
I'm using my head right now.
Splendid, splendid. So doing, you may well prevent Harrison's death as well as your own.
Oh, well, that's better than nothing. But is that all you can offer?
Skip the bargaining, Rusline. Takes too much time.
Quiet, Corgi. There are times when money is cheaper than the results of your kind of blind violence. Well, Dollar, you do have a price.
Take a tip for my last name. Start bidding.
I tell you, you're nuts, Rusline. You aren't sure he knows where it is.
He must know. He was looking for Harrison. They both know.
You be quiet, both of you. 500 pounds English dollar. Where is it?
At times like this, I keep my mouth shut and my ears open.
750. Surely, Dollar, since you've entered the situation at such a late date, that is profit enough.
Oh, well, I'm a man of expensive tastes. I've always aspired to such things as $200 cigarette lighters.
Go ahead. Keep spitting out that wise talk, and you'll be spitting out teeth. How'd you like to go swimming with your hands and feet tied?
I could bite my tongue.
Not just yet, Corgi, my boy. This man is worthless, dead. Perhaps, Dollar, we can induce you to talk in much the same way as we could prepare a paddock by slitting the tongue.
You know, Rosalind, your mother must have been scared by Sidney Greenstreet.
Either this guy is nuts or he doesn't know anything.
What I know would fill a police blotter.
Corgi, you know nothing of psychology, my boy. What this man is attempting to pass off as a show of bravery is based purely on the knowledge that he is, momentarily at least, of some considerable value to us alive. Now, Dollar, be careful. Before you make your final decision, bear in mind you've heard our final offer. Now, sir, what shall it be?
Well, as a squirrel said to the little girl when she asked him what he wanted for Christmas, nuts.
Very well, Dollar. Corgi.
Thanks.
I finally came to in the dark, trussed up like a turkey, and lay there trying to figure it out. Obviously, the 2 rude dudes thought I knew something I didn't know. But what I did know was that finding Harrison had turned into a big, fat headache. Also, that I had accomplished exactly nothing towards speeding the SS Shanghai Wayfarer over the bounding main. While I was comforting myself by repeating over and over that old insurance company soother, never say die, I discovered I wasn't alone.
Hello.
Huh?
Who are you?
Well, you were here first. You tell me.
Well, my name is Harrison.
Harrison?
Yes, who are you?
I'm Johnny Dollar. I was sent out here by the Oriental West Cargo Bonding Company.
Oriental West?
Yes, I was supposed to do what you couldn't get done. And look at me now. Getting hit over the head and dumped in here must be par for the course.
How long you been here, and why?
I've been driving myself crazy trying to figure that out.
Well, this little guest house, wherever we are, must only have one set of proprietors. I can tell you who they are, at least by the names they're using tonight. Rosalind and Corgi. They offered me 750 English pounds to tell them where something called It was. What is It?
Well, it's a package. What's in it, I don't know. It belonged to the chief engineer of the Shanghai Wayfarer, Frank Moore. He was helping me try to get the ship on its way, and I owed him a favor. He asked me to drop this package at a bar. The
Wardlow bar, yeah, go ahead.
That's right. I was supposed to give it to a girl named Chandra. She wasn't there, so I got her address and went out to her place.
You mean that package is at Chandra's house?
Yes. When I got out there, the Chinese maid let me in. I waited as long as I could, and then rather than leave what might be a valuable package just lying around loose, I put it into the bottom drawer of a dresser and left.
Oh, great. For such things, I go around laying down my life.
Well, it's obvious that these men will stop at nothing to get their hands on that package.
Well, when they asked you where it was, why didn't you tell them? Then neither one of us would be here. What's more, I'm beginning to think the sooner they get the package, the sooner our ship sails.
Frank Moore had been a good friend to me. He wanted Chandra to have it, and I couldn't just turn it over to those two.
Well, I've got some news for you. And this should make you really unhappy. Those two happen to be in business with Chandra. Huh? They're all on the same team. She's one of them.
What an idiot I've been.
Well, here we are, all roped up. You know, for a pair of guys who came out here to speed a shipload of raw tin on its way, we're doing just dandy. We're lucky if we get out of this thing alive. Offhand, I'd say our host probably murdered Frank Moore trying to get that package. Maybe we're next. Uh-oh. Maybe right now. A beam from a powerful flashlight stabbed us in the eyes. The sudden change from too much dark to too much light kept us blinded.
Well, look who's here.
At least the voice behind the glare wasn't Rosalind's and it wasn't Corgy's. But it was a familiar voice, one I'd heard and heard lately. He walked in on us, the flash in one hand and in the other, a knife with a 6-inch blade. At first I wondered whether it was the one that had been buried in Frank Moore's back. And then I remembered where I'd seen it before. The man bending over us was the burly gangway watch from the Shanghai Wayfarer.
And you told me to watch out for pirates.
Well, this situation is getting a little overcrowded. I didn't think there was room for any more. What do you want?
You know what I want, Dollar. The same thing Rosalind and Corgi are ripping your hotel room apart for right now.
Now, don't tell me you're looking for it, too. Two things I know about that package, mister.
The name is Rourke.
Okay, Rourke. One thing I know is that it's dangerous company. The other is I want no part of it. The only thing I'm interested in is getting the Shanghai Wayfarer out of port.
That won't be hard once I get that package. Where is it, Dollar?
I'll trade the answer to that question for a little freedom.
Okay. Hold still.
Thanks. Harrison's next. I want him with us in case he's lying.
All right. Okay, Harrison, roll over.
Hey, you! When Rourke bent over Harrison, I drop-kicked the flashlight out of his hand, ran across the darkened room, through the open door, and kept on running. Sometimes the long way around is the shortest way home, so I headed for Chandra's house. I not only had some getting even to do, but I had some curiosity to satisfy. Somehow the Shanghai Wayfarer's failure to sail on schedule was tied up with a mysterious package. But how? Why? I decided I'd earned the right to see what was in that package.
Johnny!
I didn't want you to be lonely. I heard your playmates are over making themselves at home in my room, so I thought you and I could have a little chat. Maybe I've got a surprise for you.
What, Johnny?
I think I know where that package is.
Johnny, you get that package. We both don't worry for the rest of our lives. But we must hurry before Rosalind and Corgi come back. We go now.
Okay, where's your bedroom?
Johnny, what do you mean?
Now, come on, where is it?
Come, I show you. No, it cannot be. It is not the one, no.
It's been here all the time. And now while I open this thing, you can go and have yourself a nervous breakdown. Say, this is more fun than unwrapping Christmas presents. And now I take off the cover. Wow. Now I know how the winner feels on Hit the Jackpot. The package was paper all the way through, brown wrapping on the outside and green spending on the inside. Big bundles of fresh, clean American 20s. Thousands of the same kind of bills that the Singapore police had found in the late Frank Moore's wallet. It would have taken half a day to count it, and I'd wasted too much time already.
They'll be no good to you without me, Johnny. You have to know how to get rid of them.
Oh, counterfeit, huh?
Yes. They are made in China. Frank Moore brought them from Shanghai to Roslyn to take to the States, but Roslyn was not here in Singapore. He was late, so Frank had to make some accident happen to his ship to keep it from sailing. But then he changed his mind. He decided he would give the money himself, but Roslyn caught up with him.
Oh, I see. He was sending them to you by way of Harrison, just before he was knifed by Roslyn, huh? Who talked him into that? You, by any chance?
You and I could be very rich, Johnny.
You never give up, do you?
There's $500,000 there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should buy about 50 years in jail. I'm taking this down to customs and you with it.
No, I do not think you do.
Uh-huh. Time to play another visiting team. Come on, beautiful. I don't want you in the way.
Let go of me.
I grabbed her, lashed her wrist with a cord from the package, and since she liked money so much, I stuffed her mouth with a fistful of those troublesome $20 bills. I locked her and the rest of the loot into a closet and dashed into the other room looking for a weapon. And then I remembered that Louisville slugger from the U.S. Marines. I was glad they'd landed. I grabbed it off the wall, got a toehold in the carpet on the left side of the door, wrapped my fingers around the bat, swung on the back of my shoulder, and waited.
Sandra, my dear, we just came to... Oh!
2 out and 1 to go. Three outs, and the side is retired. What a ball game. First, I take your guns. And now we sit and wait for you to wake up.
I'll take over from here on in, Dollar.
Huh? Oh, I don't know about that, Rourke. I happen to be the guy who has the gun.
Oh? Well, here. Take a look at this.
What's in your wallet that I want to look at? More hot 20s? I'm not taking my eyes off you, Rourke.
Okay, I'll turn around with my hands up, and then you can look at it.
Okay, fair enough. But if you so much as move, I'll start shooting.
That's the deal.
Oh, it's a fine time to learn this.
Are you satisfied?
John Joseph Rourke, U.S. Treasury Department. Come on in.
I'm sorry I couldn't come out into the open before, Dollar, but I was too close to the payoff of this case to take any chances.
Well, you know, I'm beginning to think that just being in this town is taking chances.
That counterfeit's been funneling through this port on its way from China for months. We had Moore staked out for a long time, but this is the first shot we had at the top. That's him lying there on the floor, Roslyn. Now I've got him. Oh, your pal Harrison told me where I can find the only other thing I need, that package of hot money in the dresser drawer.
Oh, it's now moved into the bedroom closet, along with a package of hot woman.
Well, then, Dollar, it looks like my job out here is just about done.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, wait a minute. You're from the Treasury Department.
Yes?
Well, then, after you get all these birds into their cages, how about helping me make out my income tax? Expense account, item 6. Hotel bill, 1 night in Singapore, $5. Item 7, 1 new outfit, replacing mine, which was ruined in course of taking midnight dip in Singapore River, $200. Item 8, $20. Bar checks for cheering up one William Harrison, your expediter, whose innocence had him running errands for the man who was holding up the departure of your ship. Item 9, $375. Spent while killing time until the departure of my plane back to the States, after the Shanghai Wayfarer finally sailed. You see, this time, I had 4 hours on my hands instead of the 2 you allowed me in San Francisco. Expense account total, $1,407. Signed, yours, truly, Johnny Dollar.
In just a moment, we'll tell you about next week's Johnny Dollar adventure. But first, for more exciting drama in the mystery and adventure line, remember CBS 2 thrill-packed Saturday night shows, The Adventures of Philip Marlowe and Gangbusters. Be sure to hear Philip Marlowe and Gangbusters tomorrow night on most of these same CBS network stations. Next week, CBS will take you adventuring with Johnny Dollar, hitting the hot spots in Palm Beach and New Orleans, with the star of Hades, Diamond, on a trip all points south. Charles Russell plays the role of Johnny. Our music is composed and conducted by Mark Warnow. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Paul Dudley and Gil Dowd, and is produced and directed by Richard Sanville for CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.